You know what you knew? America is ashamed of you. This country's bigger than one man, bigger than one chant, bigger than one flag held high. The promise lives when people try. Truth outlasts the loudest voice. Freedom still demands a choice. The chance
Good evening, Jim.
through only our actions remain in
Thank you,
view.
Journeys.
No slogan can rewrite what's true.
Shabby.
You know who you are. You know who you are. You know what you knew. America is ashamed of you.
Is anybody scrolling around? You might see Penny get her ass kicked. Brazil to win. I don't bet on sports. Yeah, Penny went on ETRs and debated RJO. And then it was RJO, Emma, and another conservative, one of a few, and then Penny. Penny stopped talking altogether. It was pretty funny.
I heard you said the date now, and that's already sent. You're standing there and
Your neighbor. Wait, are you living? Where are you living, Shavi?
stay awake without asking for too much. I learned how to want you without needing your touch. You move like you're somewhere else, even when you're close to me. I keep mistaking proximity for intimacy. I don't need intensity. I need you here. I can't compete with the drugs, the way they bend the room. You disappear inside yourself before I even move.
You're working on a house.
I just
Wow.
wasn't loud. I can't compete with the drugs.
Shavi, the world traveler.
I show up when it's hard. You got what you can't hide. You call it feeling alive, and let me fucking die inside. I don't wanna be a mirror for something you're running from. I won't turn into a moment just to say we had.
What's up, Blossom? Anybody can come up, bitch and moan, whatever.
I can't compete with the drugs, the way they hijack time. I stay clear, I stay
TikTok's pretty rough nowadays. Somehow the conservatives managed to stay away.
I can't compete with the drugs, and I won't learn how. This isn't blame, this isn't shame. It's just the space that stays the same. I won't know myself to feel chosen. I won't disappear just to be closer. I can't compete with the drugs, but I keep my name. I lead with myself intact. I don't play that game. If you ever was quiet, what doesn't have to burn
Never had such a hard time getting people in a room. What's up, Robbie?
Somebody poisoned all the air here. Somebody fed the fire for views. Now every room is thick with fallout, and every word gets turned and used. The audience is always in the room. Every room becomes a stage too soon. Private words turn into public sound. No one knows how to put the
I don't know what to do.
fire down.
TikTok's just dead.
Breathing in the smoke now. Everybody's reaching for the proof. We don't hold a thing with care now.
The game? What game? There's no soccer game right now. Thank you, Journeys.
That's something real.
Hey, there's no game going right now, is there, HR?
Till all that noise came pouring through.
Oh.
Other people
Wait, I thought they were playing earlier.
silence and stole the life from something true. The audience is always in the room. Every room becomes a stage too soon.
People in their fucking soccer
Sound, and I lost something real in all this.
and sad conservatives.
Everybody's breathing in the smoke now. Nothing stays where it belongs for you. I was trying to keep one thing sacred.
Football, it's F-U-T, wouldn't it be F-U-T? F-U-T-B-A-L-L?
What kind of peace survives a live feed? What kind of trust survives a crowd? Take it damage somewhere else. For once you make this whole place less safe now.
Yeah, so it's actually usually football.
Football.
B-O-L.
Yeah, football. What? Is that? Am I listening to CS? Are you still in Discord?
No, you're listening to Brent.
You're still in Discord though, huh?
Yeah,
That's funny.
everybody's talking about coming over though.
Well, that's good, because there's like nobody in here. Wow, there's a few people. I guess all the cool people are in here already.
All the cool people are watching soccer, Mojo.
Well, it's not like you can't do this and watch soccer at the same time. You just watch a bunch of
Yeah,
dudes
Yeah.
run up and down a grassy field.
The US won today. B crashed
yes,
out.
they did.
Yeah, that was a good game. Very physical game.
That it was. I joke around with CS because was she really some like semi-pro or college soccer player, or is she just fucking around?
She just,
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know either.
But
I was gonna say she's
she
just
came
fucking
in.
around, but I don't know.
She may have been under the influence, but I officiated soccer for a long time, and there's like 3 different rule books. There's a college rule
Dude,
book, a high school, and a like recreational.
professional. Yeah.
And I was quizzing her on questions, easy questions that she couldn't answer, so she's mad at me right now for knowing more
Honestly,
soccer
I'm
slash
impressed with
football.
the refs. Like, the refs have to run just as much as the players do. Like,
Abs-
It's impressive. It's genuinely impressive. Like that much running up and down. Like that's what is that, like 100 yards? That
Well,
football,
and
that
especially
field. It's
and
crazy.
especially the ARs on the sides, like having to keep up with the players to make sure that they get the correct onside calls are, yeah.
Oh yeah, all of the balls, all of the soccer balls, like the official FIFA balls, have sensors in them, and they have counterweights for those sensors, so that the ball actually is keeping track of a lot of the information, and they have like a whole computer system up there, like keeping track of everything. It's actually, the technology behind sports now is absolutely wild.
Yeah, that sounds wild. When are we gonna get robots playing?
Wait, can I tell you something else that's like really crazy that I read about today? We have we take cells and we put little robots in them that stimulate, that have they basically stem cells, and we put these little nano robots in them that have like certain, like respond in certain ways to magnets, and we put them in fish with broken spines, and then we hit them with magnets from either side, and it stimulated the stem cells to grow into nerve cells, and it in 3 days repaired the spinal cord of the fish. They were like swimming around again and everything. 3 days. Isn't that crazy?
That would be great for humans, yeah.
I know. I hope that, I mean, we're a long way from doing human trials on it, but holy crap. What a fucking cool piece of technology.
I agree.
Yo, what's up?
Not you.
What's up, Mojo? Do you miss me?
Oh, the Strait of
Like-
Hormuz is closed again. That's what's up.
Like, why quiz her on a sport? Of all the things you could quiz somebody on, why a sport?
Because he knows about it.
Well, so, doesn't really equate to anything.
CS challenged me I challenged CS on her knowledge of the rules of soccer, and she didn't do so well, but that's okay.
Wait, is this the
She's
gay?
mad at
Well,
us.
if you
the gay
did it
guy?
in college, that would be a smooth
Yeah,
decade
gay
ago,
guy.
right? When was the last
I
time
would
you
say
coached
that
soccer?
again.
Yeah.
It's like Heuristic was saying, the ARs, yes, they have a very difficult job staying with the second to last defender.
But do they even need them?
Jason, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So what made you be gay?
What?
Really?
What made you become that way?
HR, have you met
What was your
Humble?
mom?
When I saw Mojo's eyes, that's when I became gay.
Ooh, did you and him tie the knot yet, or what?
He does have really blue eyes.
No, I'm talking about his tiger eyes.
Oh. So that's why you became that?
Yeah.
No, he became a furry
I
after
chose-
that.
I mean, it's just like I've always wondered like why a gay person chooses to be gay. Like I was just always
People
Or
don't
why did you
choose to be
a
gay.
dog?
Well,
People
Humble,
don't
choose to be a
choose
dog?
to be gay. They
Yes,
just are.
No, you choose to be be
No,
gay.
you don't. It's not a
Humble.
choice.
See?
So are you
Humble
saying
Wolf.
that
He
I
chose to be a dog, so he thinks that carries to everybody else in the world.
Well, that's just a
they just are.
but I mean,
so you think
Were
you
you
think
just
that
a
I
dog?
you think I chose to be in a quote unquote minority group that is hated upon by, we'll say, the straight people in America? You think I really chose?
yeah, you're the one that
That
chose
lifestyle?
to. Yes, you're the one that chose to be attracted to men. Yeah.
No.
Did you choose
Okay.
to be attracted to
will.
women?
Yeah. When did you
Uh,
become straight?
Yeah, you choose.
If
yeah,
you're choosing to be attracted to women, I hate to break it to you, but you might be gay.
So then, see if we're just gonna go that route, then all the rules can be broken now. But
Well,
anyways,
this is
no,
what
I
this
don't
is
know
what.
what are you talking about? Like, just
This-
stop. Just stop
this-
talking about this because it's stupid.
Wait,
anyways,
this is
no,
what
that was-
CT told you, Humble.
What's CT tell me? I don't know what he told you. Didn't he lose in a debate? Didn't he lose a debate with Hale?
No, he didn't. That you might secretly think that dicks taste great.
Oh yeah, he said that.
Humble
No, he was saying
thinks
that in the context of he
dicks are
thinks.
deliciously secretive.
He was saying that because he believes that they're secretly great or whatever.
No,
that's what he was saying.
Yeah, you think
he was
dicks are
coming out.
secretly
He was
delicious?
coming out in that moment.
no. If you have to choose to be gay or straight, then you might secretly think that dicks taste great.
I don't discriminate
At all.
either. That's bad. You shouldn't do that.
I didn't make a choice to be
You're
gay.
discriminating
I was
against the
born
penis.
this way.
You did make a choice to be gay, so you just admitted it. There you go.
Oh my
No, I said I
God,
didn't,
this is a stupid convo. Can we talk
This
about
is a
something
stupid
else?
conversation.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. I was just wondering because I know this guy always comes up and didn't he used to have that? He was a gay in his bio or something like that. Did he take it out?
Oh my
He was a
God, why
gay.
are you keep bringing it up? I feel like you want to talk about it because you're questioning something.
Are you
No, I was
stalking
just wondering.
gay
I just
people?
wanted to know because whatever. We talk about something else. You said something about
How'd you know I was?
because you had it in your bio and I read it. That was how you
Are
chose
you
to
sure
tell
he
me.
didn't misconstrue the go as gay? Like he spelled go
No.
as in Louisiana
Where-
go?
No, and
Yeah,
I was
where
also
am I?
right because I asked him and he said yes, and so I was right.
But-
So there you go.
There's nothing in my bio that says I'm
There
gay.
was. You had something. There was there.
Good memory. Good memory. I
Yeah, you
haven't
had the
had
pride.
that.
You
I
had the
haven't
pride
had
flag and
that
everything.
pride flag. I haven't had that on my profile in probably 4 or 5 months. So good memory.
I haven't. I did not see you 4 or 5 months ago. So you're just.
It's been gone for at least 4 months. Probably.
Anywho,
5.
yeah, the Strait of
Anyways.
Hormuz is closed again because
Oh.
Israel attacked the southern part of Lebanon again, and then JD Vance didn't show up to Geneva in order to start the talks, and so the strait's closed.
You got a
And
trans person
JD
up
Vance
in-
didn't show up to Geneva because him and Humble were crashing Grinder.
Oh my God, we got humble and lift
No.
and shift.
Well,
Why were we
robot.
talking about homosexuality? What did I come into?
I just wanted to ask him a quick question, but then you guys made a fuss about it, so it is what it is.
There was no fuss.
Robot,
We
it was
just
because-
You guys were so offended that I just asked the question. That was it.
we're not offended. You can believe that dicks are delicious all you want. It's 2026.
Nobody
dude.
believes that.
No.
You guys probably do, but not me.
This
He
is
doesn't
you,
believe
dude.
that.
Just come right out of the closet. We support you.
If
It's
you
the
have
right
something
that
you
we
wanna-
want.
I'm talking about.
If you have
dick
something
here.
that you want to, tell us all, we'll listen. Robot.
Captain
Yeah,
Chips
like
likes to be
humble
Eiffel
listen
Towered at
and we
night. I can
don't
already tell he
judge.
loves dick.
Yeah, I mean CT is probably that. I mean, you guys probably got to talk to your boy CT. He's probably coping after how he got cooked in that debate with Hale. So
I don't know what the hell y'all want. We support y'all. I don't know why you're mad at us.
No, we support
Get
you,
off the Republican
sort of.
aisle. Quit
Or like-
crashing Grinder
Dude,
with all
he-
your conservative butt buddies.
he's
just come
not
over
on
here. It's
Grindr.
2026. You can be Democrats.
nobody
We'll be
can
fine.
see.
Grindr.
It's funny how they
I'm on
use
Grindr.
It's
No,
funny how
no.
they use that as an insult, but that they claim.
I know, right? That's their modus operandi. Like that's who they are, and they're trying to accuse us of it. It's fucking wild.
Robot.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy how they use it
I'm
as an
telling you,
insult.
they really hate LGBTQ.
They
really do.
they love to use it as an insult, but then
I know.
they
It's
claim to
like,
support them.
dude, do you know which side you stand on? Like,
Like, dude, it's insane.
Yeah, I can't do it. Sorry, robot.
Mojo, how you
Everybody
been? Mojo, how you been?
Terrible. Your microphone sucks. Yeah, he got a flag for harassment and bullying.
Oh, well. How's it now? My mic better?
Maybe it's not. Well, I don't know if it's your mic. You just have a wicked echo, like a
Yeah, is
metallic
it good?
echo.
Or is it bad?
No, it sounds bad if we're talking at the same time.
Okay. Well, Mojo, what are you doing now? You playing video games on the stream now, or what?
Yeah, it's been
I
boring.
started, to be honest.
You said it's been what?
It's TikTok's been boring. You guys can't defend anything.
Well, look, yo, Humble, let me ask you a question, right?
What's up?
I'm not feeling great about this whole Iran thing. I'm not sure. Like, I'm not feeling great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, in like what aspect? Like for
What
a
aspect,
relationship
like
with
I
Israel?
understand that like we're ending a future threat, like and we we highly diminish our capabilities of threatening future countries in the future. But like I don't know about this 300 billion fund, dude. I'm not feeling good about it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not agreeing with everything that's being done right now as well. I mean, our relationship with Israel is pretty much going to shit right now.
Can
But
you name something that you do agree with right now?
in regards to what?
What?
The entirety
Like any of his policies.
well, immigration
Here
is
all
one.
day.
Well, I mean, his immigration policy has largely failed, considering how many times federal judges have blocked him, how many times he hasn't done anything with due process, how ICE was defunded for like 3 months. He's not very good at deporting people.
You don't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs, okay?
It's weird though,
Whatever.
because Democrats are able to do it while actually following procedure, and they deport more people. But at least they follow the procedure. At least they do give due process.
No,
At least they do it
You're looking at-
humanely.
no.
Like there's like, I mean, vastly better at actually managing and doing the thing than Republicans are. Clearly,
You're looking at log numbers, right? You're not like understanding the impact of like policy that makes on preventing.
Okay, so should we talk about the economic policy? Should we talk about how immigration has affected the labor market? How the demand for labor has gone down so drastically? How like those markets have shrunk so much that now people are they're gonna have to raise the wages for those things in such a large way, and they're still not being filled.
You won't even let him speak. That's crazy.
I'm just saying, I don't think Lift and Shift has a good argument here.
You haven't let him say his argument.
You didn't even hear it because
you were just yelling the whole time. What are you talking about?
And I respect your opinion, like too, which is kind of wild that you're saying that. But like, okay, I don't even remember what I was saying because you cut me off.
She was just going on a crazy tangent. She didn't even let anybody speak.
I'm just saying, like, this immigration policy hasn't led to anything good. Not only has it led to cattle farmers and fruit farmers and wheat farmers having to, like, basically lose a large amount of crops, even, because a lot of those people got taken out when there was picking season for fruits. Cattle farmers largely had huge problems filling positions, and they still can't fill those positions. So you've affected farmers, you've affected the labor market. Nobody wants those jobs. Our labor market is shrinking. Like, it is caused so many disruptions to the economy, along with the tariffs that have caused disruptions, along with the Iran war that has caused disruptions. So, like, tell me, in what way has this immigration policy been good, other than the fact that it has been the most cruel immigration policy that we have ever had?
Look, if you want immigration change, do it the legal way, right? Go through Congress, like make actual change. Don't just sit up here and say like, hey, you come in.
Yeah, I would like to do that. The Langford bill was a great way to do that, wasn't it?
Okay, but you know what? What the Langford bill was good for? For political posturing, and we're not going to do that. We're not going to allow that. That's not going to happen. If you want that, you should have introduced that your first fucking year that you were in office. Don't bring that up right when you want to get reelected. Hell no. No.
What? Lift?
What part of that do you understand?
No. I'm saying the immigration policies and the implementation of the immigration policies that Trump has done nothing good for immigration policy. We have lost Article 2 judges. He has stripped a bunch of people out of JAG to put them into those positions. And they're still, again, I'm telling you, not one good thing has come out of this immigration policy. Not one good economic benefit has come out of it. You haven't deported a lot of people, and America started having human rights violations by Amnesty International because of it.
You're neglecting to understand the impact of deterrence. And that is why you say we didn't deport enough people. But you know what? There's not enough people to deport because of our policies that we implemented. Like, that's one side of the aspect that you neglect to understand.
Oh my God. You really think your big like, oh, this was good is deterrence, even though that we have a falling birth rate and are going to need immigration in order to like keep up our labor.
All right.
Like, I'm gonna cut you off. You neglect
Please
to
don't do
understand
that.
that aspect of it. Right, so if we're gonna have an
I'm
honest
trying
argument,
to understand it, Lift. You're saying that deterrence is one of the good aspects that have come out of the immigration policy, as in fewer people are coming into the United States, even though we are well below birth rate replacement, which means we are going to need immigrants to come into the country. And don't forget, we were arresting and deporting people who were doing it. Hold on, why are you cutting me off now? Who were doing it the right way, who were going to court, who were doing it the right way. So like, again, this is largely a poor decision.
Look, you know what? So you're talking about, all right, so we're gonna need immigration, you know, and I'll agree with you there. We will, but we can determine what type of immigration that we need. We can determine skilled labor that needs to come in. We can
why would skilled labor want to come here now?
Because
here's the thing, we've defunded science. We have defunded science. We are now making it an ideological thing. It is now dangerous for the people we do want to come here. The people we wanted here in the first place have left because Europe is giving them. This is what I'm telling you. This is why I'm saying the immigration policy was bad, Lift, because now we have lost all of the good immigration, that quote unquote good immigration that you wanted to have here. They're all leaving. They're taking grants in Europe and grants in China and grants in India because they're getting free intellectual inquiry over there.
So you're saying they have an option. Let's go to India. Let's go to U.S. Oh, let me go to India. I don't really like U.S. Oh, they're doing some weird stuff. Really? Come on, here, sick. You're being
that is happening. They're deciding
ridiculous.
that they're gonna have freedom of inquiry. They're gonna put up some money for that because guess what? People from the U.S. now want to leave. It used to be really hard to poach people from the U.S. because we had the best programs. You got the best grants. You had real freedom of inquiry here. But if you don't have freedom of inquiry in the United States, you aren't staying.
Oh, you have freedom of inquiry in fucking India. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you do have freedom of inquiry in India.
All right, yeah, ridiculous.
Have you ever been to India? Have you ever experienced what it's like over there? Do you know how the institutions function? Do you know how the government functions?
Can we please calm down to we're gonna deal with this?
What?
The hell was that?
That was crazy.
What the hell was that?
The kids are out of school. I don't know. Take Sony.
What?
Seriously, I'm more familiar with India than you will ever be. Like,
I'm Indian. Are you kidding me? I am Indian. I speak Hindi. I speak Punjabi. Just because you're Indian
doesn't mean you know more.
I have lived there and I speak the languages and I have traveled throughout the place. I have traded there. I have worked there.
Were you born there?
No, I was born in Kenya.
Oh. Where are you at now? You in America?
Yeah, I'm in Connecticut.
Wait, why is she speaking on American politics if she's not even American?
I am. I'm a citizen now.
No, she's not an original. She wasn't born here.
I wasn't born here, but I'm a naturalized citizen.
Yeah, same here.
American, but like,
yeah, and I know more about America and India and Kenya and probably global politics than you do.
I work with Indians. Like, I literally work with them.
Oh, you work with them. But yeah, I literally was raised by them. My entire family is Indian. I have lived there. I speak the languages. I literally am of the culture. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, maybe you worked with them like 20 years ago. It's not the same.
What do you mean?
Just start going off in Punjabi or something.
Like, dude, you do not know what you're talking about. Like, just because you work with Indian people, I am an Indian person who is raised by an Indian family, who has lived in India, who has worked in India, who has spent multiple generations learning about India. Like, I practice the religion. I cook the food on a daily basis. And you're going to sit here and tell me that you know more about India than I do?
I do.
You're gonna
know more
mansplain
about
India to an Indian?
No,
You're
I'm not
fucking
mansplaining.
ridiculous.
That's not what I said. What I said is like I know more about India and the workforce, okay, and how they impact our workforce, okay.
Do you know about the institutions and the colleges and how they fund research over there?
I don't give a fuck. Why should I?
But because that's what we're fucking talking about. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, it was coming. I heard
I
it.
know. I caught it. I caught myself.
You did. It was great.
Well,
Crazy.
again, I mean,
This is so crazy. Like, apparently you went through all the proper channels and you did all the right things and you paid all the money to become naturalized and you took the test and now you have more knowledge about American politics than they do, but you're still not American enough.
Then they.
That is so fucking wild.
They.
I mean, look, I'm just saying. It's just if you hate the country this much,
I would love to see the both of you take the test that is necessary for the naturalization process. Y'all would fail so fucking hard. It wouldn't even be funny.
You'd be surprised. I'd probably pass.
I'd probably pass it too, yeah.
Right, let me pull up some questions and see how you do. But no Googling. I'm gonna test you not only on how correct your answers are, but on how speedy you give the answers, okay?
Did you okay? So did you give? Did you give the answers like in 0.5 seconds then? So if you're gonna time us on when to answer it.
Pretty fast on mine.
Yeah, you have to. It's an oral exam.
Yeah.
Oral exam. Okay.
It is.
Well, okay. You guys really worked this hard to get into America just to hate it? Come on.
Who said they hate
Who
it?
said anything about hating it?
I mean,
I
assume they're both liberals.
Do you think we sit here and fight for it and talk about it and learn about it and try to improve upon it through the politics and the discourse because we fucking hate it? No, we care about it.
Okay, I assume you're a liberal, right? I assume.
What did she just say? Did you hear what she said?
Yeah, I heard what she said.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah. I mean, she loves to, like, go on tangents and stuff. So if I didn't remember the whole thing word for word, it's not
maybe if you actually listened instead of, like, trying to interrupt her and say the next thing you want to say because you don't know what she's saying.
I mean, I got the gist of what she said.
I don't think so. But nice try.
Yeah. I mean, Lyft has already admitted that I am smarter than him. So
I'm taking that back. Now I'm not sure.
I'm taking that back. There's no Indian givers. What are you talking about?
Wait, Lyft. Why'd you admit that, dude? You were probably being nice.
No, it was a moment of niceness. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. He was just being nice.
It's because I schooled him on monetary policy in about 3 seconds, and he realized he was totally out of his fucking league.
No, I don't believe that at all.
It did happen. I'm not gonna lie, but
it did happen. I mean, honestly, I think that it probably didn't happen, even if you admit that it did lift. She's just trying to exaggerate and say that it did, like you destroyed her or whatever, or she destroyed you.
I didn't destroy him. I just made him realize that he was out of his league in terms of understanding and the knowledge base that I have versus what he has. My knowledge base is greater.
In one criteria, yes, she absolutely.
So are you ready? All right, question 1. What does the Bill of Rights protect? Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
He's nuts.
W.
You don't know the answer?
Right, it protects your rights. What are you talking about?
All right, so that's like how many questions?
I just answered you. It
protects your rights.
What was the answer? Your rights. It protects your right. That's what it does.
Okay.
Am I right?
Specifically, of whom specifically?
Of the Americans.
No. If you're gonna ask these questions, right, ask it like it's asked on the actual application, right? Where
that is exactly how it is asked. That is exactly how it is.
That's exactly how it's asked.
Did you get a multiple choice answer when it being asked?
No, it's an oral exam.
Why is the Declaration of Independence important? 3, 2, 1, and go.
Big ass questions. What are you talking about?
It is a vague question. It is pretty vague.
Okay, so that is the exact way the question is asked. So there are 128 questions that you have to learn, and it's an oral exam, and the questions aren't given in like a multiple choice format.
Why do I give a fuck?
This
I'm
is
an American
this is
citizen.
exactly.
I don't care about this.
But
Keep that,
the fact that you know less, about American politics,
I know all
and
the
history,
answers, but I don't need to. I'm not
basic.
going to stand
You
up here
don't know
and
the
answer them
answers, or
because
you would have been
I am
able
an
to
American.
give
I
them.
don't need to.
Okay,
answer.
next question. How about that next question? Let me. We know the answer though, but yeah.
I'm not sure you do.
We do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, we
do you know it, Mojo? I don't think you do.
Well, I knew those two questions. I don't know if I know them all. I've not ever looked at the test, so I don't know.
All right, next question. Many documents have influenced the U.S. Constitution. Name one.
Many documents influence?
Many documents have influenced the U.S. Constitution. Name one.
Federal papers.
That's not what they're actually called, but you're close.
Federal papers.
That's not what they're actually called, but you're close.
Federalist papers. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Say
Humble's teacup.
yes
So
with the
Humble's
right.
looking it up. So he's not gonna.
Just because I'm teacup, doesn't mean I was looking it up. What are you talking about?
Wait, is the second treatise on government? Is John Locke on there?
No.
Really? How about the Iroquois Confederacy?
The what?
The Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights.
The Iroquois is in there, but it's not called Confederacy. It's called the Great Law of Peace.
Okay.
All right. So the only person who got it right is me. Thank you.
So far, but you didn't answer the previous question, so you failed on those. And Humble only got his first question sort of right, and he failed on the rest. So y'all are not doing great.
I'm doing pretty good.
I think I'm doing just. I mean, I answered. He said what political documents? He said.
Next question.
Yeah, next question.
You didn't even really listen to the question, did you? And I repeated it. That's crazy.
I did.
I'm locked in. I'm listening.
Yeah.
I'm locked in. Locked and loaded.
Yeah.
Just do it, Ella. You're on the sixth question, or sorry, the fifth question.
I wasn't counting. Five.
The fourth
okay.
question.
So the total test now, I believe, has been changed to 12 questions.
I did it in 2014, and we had 20 questions.
Okay, so but it has been changed. So on or after October 20, 2025, the applicants have to, they're asked up to 20 questions and they must answer at least 12 correctly. So that's that.
Oh, I think that's what it might have been. You were asked up to 20 and you have to get 12. Maybe that's what it was. I don't remember that well.
Question. Let's go. So.
Yeah, so before you were asked up to 10 questions and you had to answer 6 correctly. So we'll do that, right? So like out of 10, you have to have 6 correct. So I think both of you cannot have any wrong answers anymore, or you fail.
Correct. You're on the fifth question. One more wrong answer and you're both denied citizenship.
Yeah, okay, dude.
Yeah.
You're not.
All right, so...
Yeah.
The president of the United States can serve only 2 terms. Why?
Because if he served another one, then he'd become a dictator. I don't know.
No, it's because it is.
It's unconstitutional.
Isn't that the 22nd Amendment? 21st, 22nd Amendment?
Yes, Sammy, you got it right.
It's an amendment of the Constitution.
President who
Ship them both off to the Burundi.
Yeah, so they actually failed.
It was after FDR that we had the 22nd Amendment, because he did serve 3 terms. He died he served 4 terms, and he died in the middle of his 4th term, I believe.
Let me ask you a question here.
Yes, that's correct.
You're all knowing. So we got 75% of the states to agree to that after his 3rd term.
Yeah.
No, you have to. Yeah, it's 2/3 of the states, right?
No, it's 3/4 of the states, 2/3 of the
3/4
Senate
of
and
the
the
state,
House.
2/3 of Senate, right?
Yeah, Senate and the House have to go 2/3, and then it still has to be signed by the
And they
president too.
somehow decided to agree to that.
They did.
Yeah, because the Republicans, because basically FDR threatened during like the New Deal to like stack the courts, and he was so well liked and had such a huge coalition that Republicans were afraid of like just like long-term Democratic presidents, and they pushed for the 22nd Amendment. And it was at a time where like change was still kind of possible, right? Because like the country was quite united at that time.
Wait, how do you feel about that? Do you think we should have term limits on presidents? HR?
We absolutely should
I
not.
think we should have term limits. I would like it's funny because like when I think of Trump, I think obviously I don't want a president to be there longer, but when I think of a president that's effective like Obama, like I would have liked him to be there longer because I think he could have done a lot of really good things for the country. I feel like 4 years and then an election is actually quite short, but we don't have a lot of mechanisms for ousting a president if they're in and we don't like them. So like in other countries if your president is just acting a fool, like in South Korea, for example, or like MPs in the UK, like there are mechanisms for removing people they hate. I think that if we had, I wouldn't mind extending the terms if there was also a better way to oust a president that was acting like Trump.
Yeah, but here's where you're getting at, right?
Well, hold on, Lift. Humble.
No.
Since you said that we shouldn't have term limits,
we're going to become a country like.
That's great, Lift. Anyways, Humble, since you think that we shouldn't have term limits, what is the term length of a U.S. senator? 3.
Did you mute it? Did you mute him when he was in the middle of his sentence?
Oh yeah, 3
6 years.
2.
And they call us the fascists.
So you can't even answer that. That's great.
So what was the question?
For him, or for me.
What is the term length of a U.S. senator?
A U.S. senator? I'm not sure about that one. I have to look it up.
That's what I thought.
6 years.
Oh, 6 years. There you go. So isn't there term? Is there not term?
The issue is, look, when you talk about what you guys are suggesting, right? You come up with a situation like you have in the UK, where you have a prime minister who lasts fucking 2 days, right? You cannot that's not a good way to run your country, right? There are issues with that, right? And there's a solution to it, right? Look, maybe you don't agree with a president being in office for 4 years, but like it slows the amount of change, and you get to play out your agenda, which I think is a good thing, first of all, because when you look at UK, right, every fucking other week there's a new prime minister in place, and it fucks everything up.
But I think you also have to think about the fact that like 4 years isn't a whole lot of time between when you have to start worrying about an election again. And I think that really changes the way that presidents do policy. I think it changes the way people in Congress do policy, because except I think the Senate has like kind of the best version of this. But like I do think it affects the way policy happens. It affects the way people like the president acts and how they try to change the economy or affect the economy. For example, like Reagan trying to cut rates right before re-elections came up, and that really kind of fucked up the economy again. Like those kinds of policies end up affecting us just because of elections. And I think that I think there could be a better balance struck than what we have now.
I want to chime in for a second. So the reason why the UK had 3 prime ministers, like what, in the last little bit over or close to 2 years probably, is because so when Boris Johnson was removed as the party leader, that also meant that he was removed as a prime minister. And that meant that, so I think at that point it was Truss who got into power. Truss didn't serve all that well. And so they put Rishi. I forget their
Yeah,
last
Richie
name.
Sunak.
Yeah, so, but that was all within the same party, right? So it doesn't change the ideology. It doesn't change the way the country's going. It just changed the leadership, as in how effective it was. With that said, since 2024, they did elections, and now I forget, it's not Kramer, but it's something along those, it starts with an S. Either way, but so now they have a different prime minister, and I think a different party in charge. So I think I'm with HR here that, like, when a president or a prime minister is doing a good job, I don't know why a term is necessary unless the party decides that they're no longer serving a good purpose, or they're getting too old, or they're sick, or whatever the case might be. I think that works until and like make the elections every 8 years, because I do think that there's something to be said for when a big plan is put in place. Like steering a country is like steering a large ship. It turns very slowly, and sometimes 4 years just isn't enough.
That was sad. That was a hell of a sigh.
Well, I hear what you're saying, but like we only have 3 options, right? We have the China option, which is put something, put a person in place who basically, runs forever.
Wait, why do we only have 3 options?
We don't. We can make our own
Yeah,
system.
we could make our own system. Like, we could do our own thing. We're not stuck with a person forever, a person shorter, or stay the same.
Okay.
That's like a very childish way to look at it.
Let me cut you off. Blah blah blah. Look, can I finish 3 options? Right. You have the China option, which is you can create long-term projects, right? But then you're stuck with one ruler for indefinitely, right? Then you have the other option, right, which is the UK option, where your leader is going to be replaced every other week. And then you have the American option, which is
it's just not correct.
4 years in office, and then you enact your change and you get reelected if people like what you're doing, right?
No, we could do our own thing. We could have elections every 8 years, but have a referendum after 4 or after 6. There could be a method for a referendum, and it could be party.
You can't do that because look, I understand what you want. I understand where you're coming from. I get all that, but like you're suggesting. Look, you have to work within the parameters of how America is going to accept the ideologies that you're suggesting, right? And that is one that will never be accepted, right?
Why?
Be realistic. Because it just won't. Like I don't know how to explain it to you. Like nobody.
If you don't know how to explain why it wouldn't be accepted, how do you know that it wouldn't be accepted?
I can't look 1 + 1, right? You're gonna ask me why does it equal 2? Like I can't explain to you. You just fucking know. So
it's just like a vibe. So it's just like the way you feel about it. So you're just in your fifis about it because you don't understand
that's what you guys.
It is
100%
his fifis.
Why does it equal 2? I can't fucking.
It would have to be your fifis because there's 192 countries in the world and no 2 governances are the same. So that's 192 options, not 3.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, you either believe that the Constitution was created to be a living document and therefore to be amended if we decide things change, which we should, because technology has changed, because politics has changed, because how we do war has changed, because so many things have changed since the founding time. We need to have an ability to change things, right? We see a different system now. Maybe we understand that we need to be able to put forth policy in a more steady way. We need the ship to be steadier for longer because technology changes too quickly. Whatever the case may be, there's all sorts of ways that you could think about this and think about it differently. You're just unwilling to do that.
I'm very willing to do it, but I think that you're kind of wishy-washy on the idea. Like you want it when it suits you. You don't want it when it doesn't
No,
suit
I'm
you.
explaining to you exactly how I think it should work and why I think that we could maybe have better balance. I'm explaining to you that technology is changing. This is a living document, that there's plenty of examples because we have 27 amendments to show that we're able to change the way people think about things and the rules. I'm not being wishy-washy. You're the one saying like, I don't know, I think people just won't like it. Like, that's pretty fucking wishy-washy, Lift.
No, what I'm saying is what's practical and what's not.
You haven't said anything
I
practical.
live
You
in-
have just said, I just don't think people will like the vibes.
No, that's not what I said. First of all, look, there's a reason why people who propose your policy don't even make it to fucking the elections, right? Because it's ridiculous. It maybe. Or sorry, I apologize for saying that.
What is that
Maybe-
policy? Can you enumerate that policy for me?
Can you name one fucking politician who suggested it? No, you can't.
You haven't even named the fucking policy.
Like running for fucking 8 years. Who the fuck said that? Who suggested that?
We were
I
saying
guess
that
Lift
you
and Shift
hold an
suggested that.
election every 8 years, but what you could do is have like a referendum, like a party referendum after 2 years or 3 years to make sure that everybody is happy with the way the ship is sailing. If things are really wrong, maybe they get a 6-month period of where like either things have to change or like there's a new election, and then that's really how we're able to do things. Because again, right, we're seeing the effects of what just 2 years of a bad president can do, right? We're staring down the barrel of inflation, of loss of jobs and labor, overvaluation of the stock market, looking at an oil and energy embargo. We're looking at like over leveraged debt.
No,
Like we are staring down the barrel of major economic problems, and most of them, and tariffs too, and most of them were like done by policy, not by any external factors, not corporate malfeasance, not all these other things.
What we're seeing is basically the capabilities of the presidential office, right? Some people understand it and are able to enact changes for the country more effectively than others, right? And maybe
he's been stopped by federal courts on almost every single thing he has tried to do. Almost every single thing, including the tariffs.
Stopped or delayed? I would say delayed.
Yeah,
right?
but I mean, I would say that this is a Supreme Court that is acting out of accordance with previous precedent, though, right? Like he's acting illegally in a lot of ways, right? Like the war with Iran is illegal. The War Powers Act was passed, right? So like a lot of things he's doing are illegal. He's just doing them and pushing them through because he has a Republican Congress that is spineless.
You don't know it's illegal until you try it, okay? So
no, that's not how the law works, Lift.
Whoa.
People know what is legal and not illegal because that shit is written down, isn't it?
Hey, Lift, if you're driving down a road and you come up to a stop sign, is it legal or illegal to run that stop sign simply because a cop is not there?
Depends on the law of that state, you know? Who knows?
All laws would say that is illegal in all states. Running that stop sign is
you're
illegal.
a professional on traffic law. You're a traffic law, Mr. Traffic Law. Is that who you are?
He was a
Mr.
state
Traffic
trooper,
Law.
wasn't he? You were a cop,
Are
right?
you literally? Well, yes, I was. But are you literally just an idiot, Lift? Like, are you saying that because you haven't been caught committing a murder, that it is factually legal anywhere on this planet to murder?
What a stretch. What the fuck was that?
What do you
dude?
mean, what is stretch? You're saying
what a
just
fucking
because you're not
stretch.
caught. You're
What a
saying just because you
stretch.
were not caught, you can commit these crimes.
Where'd you get that hat from?
From your mother.
The Academy of Bullshit.
Yeah, every time I bang her, she gives me a new hat.
Oh, that's a good one.
Well, I mean,
That's such a good one.
that's honestly, I mean, this guy. Come on, what are you doing, man?
I had more fun quizzing.
This guy, come on. What is he doing?
Robot. Do you are you married, bro?
Humble.
Are you married?
Is Is your mom factually sucking my dick every night? Probably.
Bro, why do you keep talking about people's mom, dude? That's
This
like
guy's so weird,
thousands.
dude.
Like,
Because y'all
Like,
can
this-
call me daddy if this really upsets
This is what
y'all.
liberals do, man.
I will be your father and I will teach you the ways of the world.
bro,
This is what he's doing. This is what he's doing.
guy.
Right?
You're not that guy.
If y'all cannot understand
not that guy.
civics and y'all cannot understand factually that the law is in place for a reason, and if you are trying to commit crimes just because you haven't been caught, I am going to tell you I will be your
Yeah, like lift. You're trying to say that you don't know whether something is illegal until after you do it. But the reality is that most things.
That is a reality, though. Heuristic.
No, the reality is that you can just look online and see if something is illegal. All of the laws are written down. There are books with all of this shit written down in it, right? You could ask a lawyer, and don't forget, he's surrounded by lawyers, right? Like everything the president does is looked at by lawyers, so they very well know what they are doing. They are trying to use loopholes that are not going to function in court because they haven't. The government lawyers have been being dragged by district court judges.
Did you get
appellate court judges?
Brobot, did you get banned? I think he got banned.
He
So
said
you didn't drop him?
the appeal.
Why is this guy a mod for you?
No,
man?
nobody dropped. I
crazy.
think he dropped himself.
No, the TikTok dropped
No,
it
TikTok removed him.
because he got banned. Yeah,
Stop talking about people's fucking
right.
mom.
that's pretty crazy.
Hold on. I know y'all are eager boys. I know y'all are eager beavers, but hold on a second. Mojo, I know we're a little bit lean on the opposite, but we did have a healthy queue. I don't know if that's still the case. I haven't looked in a minute. Is it okay if we let them all up? Doc Farm D had a really cool idea of like president term limits, but I don't know if what you're thinking.
Yeah, I don't care. That's fine.
Okay.
First, respond to text.
What were you gonna say, Mojo?
Well, we just aren't getting any conservatives anyway, and these guys are Tweedledee and Tweedledum, so.
I kind of want to ask them a few more like quiz tests, like test questions. Jesus,
Yeah,
I can't
actually,
do it.
those are kind of cool, actually.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Here. Hold on. Let me get the guests up first.
Thank
So
you,
we
Ella.
got-
Thank you, Ella.
Before we get to the quiz section of tonight, we have 45 people in here. So make sure that you are tapping, sharing, and reposting the live. Try to drag the opposition kicking and screaming out of their echo chambers over here. Also, let's make sure that we are getting the host, getting the panel. Again, Mojo loves his 69 sunshine, so let's be giving him those 69 sunshines.
That's funny.
Wait, can I just
answer the questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
I gave you 3 sunshines, Mojo, so no grumpiness for the next 5 minutes at least, okay?
5 minutes? That's it? Really? That's not fair.
Be lenient. But Dog Farm D and B Crash are all adding sunshine, so you're gonna just have to be sunshiny for the next half hour at least.
All
Can
right.
I talk to Doc for 1 second? Doc, Doc, are you there?
Yeah, I'm
Right?
here.
Yeah,
Yes.
I saw in the chat that you said you wanted to offer a galaxy in order to kick me. I wonder what was that all about?
I just don't tend to agree with what you're saying.
What have I said that? So you want to kick me because you don't agree with what I'm saying?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, you're not answering any of the questions that they.
I mean, that's pretty
Ella
fascistic if
posed
you ask
to you.
me. That's pretty fascistic if you ask me. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
You're not a
don't
serious
go-
person. Like you're not even here to have a real discussion.
All right,
Yeah,
so
you're
watch
not
yourself.
like a real, you haven't actually created any good arguments or had a really good understanding of policy or even contributed to the conversation in any kind of meaningful way the entire time you've been here.
Yes, actually, I think he has.
Yeah,
I
just
would
avoid
Yeah,
it.
of
You're
course
just-
you would think that, Lift.
I would have
Of
been able
course
to
you
talk
would think
more.
that, Lift. You're in the same boat as he is.
I would have been able to make arguments if you wouldn't. If
The
you
funny
wouldn't
thing,
keep stuff
is that
out.
humble is just a troll and Lift is just dumb as fuck.
I mean, this is. Oh, is this
Oh,
the?
really? You dumb as fuck as well.
I mean, Okay, if we want to do some of the questions, we should probably be a little bit nice, because otherwise he won't be here for us to giggle at.
You know, ask Ibanez.
I mean,
You guys, hey, I gotta be sunshiny. Everybody else has got to be sunshiny too. You guys can't make me do this alone.
I said that. All right, let me say it in a nicer way. Ask Ibanez the question. Let's see if he, the guy who's shitting on everyone, can answer the question.
Oh God.
I was actually just using my new.
Okay. Well,
answer the question, brother.
So, let's wait, because B is trying to come back on her tablet. So let's give her a couple of minutes and see if it works. Hey, welcome back, B. Let us know if you're good.
I don't know. There's something wrong with my phone. It's not doing well with TikTok. But yeah, keep going, guys. Sorry.
So what's the next question?
Also, I will drop down if Go Army accepts my invite.
No, you can't drop down unless you answer the question.
Hold on. It sounds like we're having another opposition that might come in. Should we wait for that?
Do not bring that guy up, please.
Yeah, he denied it. I don't think he wants to.
He doesn't like coming up here when I'm up here, because every time he comes up here, he gets absolutely dragged through the mud by me, and he just has to keep saying, I'm cooking you, without ever actually being able to defend a single one of his claims.
Are you like
okay,
running around in a tornado?
Who, me?
No, HR.
No. Oh, I was in front of my. Okay, let me turn the fan. It's probably me. It's hot here. I'm in a greenhouse. I'm dying. Anyways, I'm gonna find a piece of paper and a pen so I can keep score. I'm kind of excited.
All right, start with Ibanez. This guy doesn't know shit.
No, yeah, I'm actually gonna, because I would prefer that you and Humble don't have the time to look these things up. So I want to start with you.
I'm not looking at. You can tell if I'm looking up. I would go to.
No, look. Ibanez didn't make the claim, right? You guys made the claim.
Ibanez.
He called us dumb as fuck.
It's a brand of guitar.
Ibanez.
He called us dumb as fuck.
If he made the claim, we would include him in this. You guys were the ones that made the claim. Now prove it.
No, he made the claim that we're dumb as fuck. You made the claim that we're dumb as fuck.
You two made the claim that you could pass the citizenship test.
Yeah, and he made a claim that we're dumb as fuck. So that means if we can't,
so you should prove that you're not dumb as fuck by answering the citizenship questions.
Listen. It means he's even dumber as fuck if he can't answer it. So let's give him the first shot.
You don't want to do it.
As a gentleman, I'm going to let him.
Look, I'll be here and I'll say that I'll admit that I don't know all the answers.
Hey. Please, one person at a time. Ibanez, please. Thank you.
Ibanez, what's the Bill of Rights? Yeah, you can't fucking answer.
What? Seriously?
What's the Mexican Bill of Rights?
The Mexican Bill of Rights?
He probably knows that answer, but not the American one.
You guys are really gross, both of you.
He called us dumb as fuck. Why don't you call him out?
Yeah, if the shoe fucking fits.
So,
all right, I'm gonna drop down for Go Army.
I got pen and paper.
No, don't do that, Sammy, please.
Even Lyft doesn't like Army.
Wait, what's wrong with Go Army, Lyft? What did Go Army?
Okay.
I don't remember. I just remember I don't like it. We'll find out
live. Mojo, can you adjust the boxes a little bit for me or anyone? Because it doesn't look like I can do that.
No, we can't. I'm on studio. You can't move the boxes around.
Oh, it doesn't let us? Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Never mind then. Okay. Who wants to participate? Who's playing? So we got Humble.
Ibanez.
We got Lift and Shift.
And Ibanez.
It's not hard.
Do you want to play, Mojo?
Well, yeah, I'll answer if nobody else
He's
does.
going to lose. He's not going to understand the first question.
Mojo. Doc Randy, do you want to play?
All right, if you go on Teacup, you automatically cannot
You
answer.
can try. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't go on
we
Teacup.
got Duck. HR, do you want to play? I know you've already taken the test.
Yeah,
so-
I've already taken the test. I don't need to play.
No, she can't play.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was born
I'm
here,
already
so
a naturalized citizen.
No. Don't try
Bananas.
to cop out. Don't try to cop out. You're gonna answer.
I'm good. Ella.
Go
Because,
Army, we're taking the citizenship test. Are you down?
No, I'm already a citizen. Appreciate it.
Oh, that is such a cop
but
out.
you didn't earn it.
So
you
weak.
just were born here.
Well,
me and
HR
Ella had to earn that shit.
Speed this up. Can you ask
We
questions?
sure as heck did. All right,
Yeah.
so I think the best way we can do this is maybe if we type answers in the chat and then because otherwise you have time to look it up, right? If we all have to take turns and you go last or whatever. But Mojo can't type, so maybe we should just shout out the answers.
I can't type? What's wrong with you? What do you mean I can't type?
Ibanez is pulling up citizen question answers. That's what he's doing. That's why he's on Teacup, dude. Already.
I'm not participating.
How have you mispronounced his name every single time, but mispronounced it a different way every
He's
single
pulling
time?
up the answers because he's a dumbass.
So let me explain to you guys real quick. I'm not participating because I did not try to challenge HR and shit that I don't know.
Because you're a fake American.
Yeah, dude. Whatever.
I'm not challenging HR, Ella. You guys are the ones doing that, pretending that you're
Nobody's challenging HR. We know that she can answer all of them. We're challenging each other. Besides
No,
yourself.
that is okay. That is not true, y'all. This whole thing started because you told HR and me that we were not really Americans because we weren't born here. And that's why we responded with
statement.
we had to know XYZ. No, we
Yeah,
earned
Go
the
Army
right
agrees.
to be. We
Go Army.
I agree with
earned the
that.
right to be just
Now
as
you changed the
American as
narrative.
you are.
No, Ella,
We
Ella,
earned
the difference
the
between me
right.
and you
There is
a
no
piece of paper.
difference.
A piece of paper doesn't make you American. That's always going to be the difference between me and you.
Okay,
The
neither
I
is your
am
birth
more
certificate
American
then.
than
What is
you.
your birth
Wait,
certificate?
That's the thing. That's the same thing that makes you American. It's also just a piece of paper, except that when we did it, we came here and made the conscious choice to do it. We earned
Thank
it.
you, Sammy.
We showed that we worked here. We showed that we paid taxes. We came and we made sure that we didn't break any laws. We did a whole shitload of things,
Still
along
don't
with
make you
paying a
American.
shitload of money to be here. Right? There's a whole difference. We made a choice to be here.
Still not
And
American.
Yeah.
Wait, what makes you American?
And by the
What?
definition of
Wait,
the federal
wait,
government, they
wait.
are.
What
Your
makes?
ID
Wait,
doesn't matter.
hello. What makes you an American then, Army?
Well, first and foremost, being born here.
So that's
number
it.
one.
Just you got to win
Good
the
to know that
DNA.
you believe
Okay,
in
so-
birthright
Well, I
citizenship.
said first
Damn.
and foremost.
You guys,
I know everybody.
wait. So winning the DNA lottery—that's one way. I mean, that's one thing. What else makes you an American citizen?
You sell it. You partake in, like, you were born into our culture. Like, you partake
What-
in our culture.
What is our culture?
Driving lawnmowers.
Thanksgiving, 4th of July.
Holidays. Holidays are our culture.
Yes, holidays. Holidays
They're
are
part
an
of the
important part of
culture.
everybody's culture, are they?
Yeah, my
not?
family cooks tacos on 4th of
They're
July.
part of it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if you're living
Okay,
here,
obviously Ibanez wants some attention and dopamine. Go ahead, bro.
He obviously
It's
does.
interesting.
Okay, so-
It's interesting because we ask people on here all the time, like, what is American culture? But like to me,
Sammy,
like I
thank
actually
you.
feel like I do know what American culture is.
Yeah,
like,
but you're not American, though.
I'm not. I wasn't born here, but I have a real distinct feeling of what American culture is. I think that environmentalism is part of American culture. They were the ones who pushed for the keeping of the most beautiful national parks, some of the most beautiful national parks in the world. I genuinely think that like immigration and the fusion of different types of foods around this country is part of American culture. Like I genuinely have a sense of American culture. I think there's something to the like
How many
go
times
big
you
or
gonna say
go
that?
home, like the
I have
go
a
big
sense.
or go
I have a
home,
sense.
the idea that like things are bigger in America, the road tripping, the idea of like freedom through like individuality and having your own car and being able to drive across the entire country. Like I think there are genuine different things that are about American culture. And yet most Americans, like you, Gormy, have no fucking clue about that. You just think that American culture is like Christianity and I guess Thanksgiving, which is like based in genocide. So obviously you would say something stupid shit like that.
I'd argue that
HR, you know what we don't do
heuristic
here in
in
America? Go ahead, Ibanez. Just piggyback off of her, bro. Go ahead, bro. Go
Okay. I'd argue
attention,
that Ella and HR are the most American people on the panel. I'm the second most American.
I can't even answer a citizen question, so.
Don't leave B.
Okay, let's get back.
Fuck
HR,
yeah,
you
fuck
know,
yeah.
what's the difference between, so if I move to India and I start like taking a bath in the river, start cooking my food in the river, and I become does that make me a citizen there?
I mean, if you could figure out how to cook food in a river, that would be pretty impressive.
Yeah, I use the water, like the feces river water, to start boiling my water.
This is a completely racist argument.
Do you think that he's saying disgusting things about India?
Why can't I go to India and become an Indian?
Like, that's crazy.
Did you do the proper? Hold on. Go Army. What you think an American citizen is actually doesn't really fucking matter. Because the American government, be quiet.
Why does she get
because
to
the
think it
American
matters?
government has recognized HR as an American citizen and Ella as an American citizen. So some random dude on TikTok who fucks lawnmowers, he doesn't get a choice in whether someone's an American citizen or not. Sorry, your government says that they are. Jesus Christ,
thank you,
ridiculous.
B. Hey B, thank you for letting us know that. Are you done? Is that all?
No, I wasn't done.
Okay, thank you, B. I'm glad you jumped in the conversation to say that.
Entire conversation.
The reason she's an Indian and not an American is because
you are
she
racist
comes over.
through and through, dude.
Okay, thank you. All right,
do it.
piggyback number 2. Go ahead. 3.
No, I'm not fucking piggybacking.
This is what's wrong with the panel, and this is why this panel never gets
Y'all are
viewers.
ruining
Because
my
conservative op says one thing, and 4 ops or 4 Democrats have to go off of
You don't
each
even
other.
know.
Get off the internet.
But this, and it's just like people get tired of coming and listening to this shit. Like
Dude,
they
do you like
Then
just
don't
sing your
come,
own
go,
voice?
bye.
Do you sit up here and you like your own voice? Is that what it is? Is that what you want?
Bro, I just heard 4 people
No,
speak. What are you talking about?
No, I think you just like hearing your own voice.
Okay,
You
you just
your
like
own
racist
attitude.
saying that because you're
No, I think no.
A lot of people up here and feel entitled. They're like looking for friendship, so they come up here to say stuff to like have other people like, wow, I agree.
I think that's what you're doing. I think that's what you're doing, dude. You know, no one likes you. You know, no one likes you.
Let's get back to real conversation, right? Before the
real
peanut
conversation.
gallery
Okay,
chimes in.
please humor me with a real conversation, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was
do
in the
it.
middle. I'm still trying to respond to HR Lift. Can you just mind holding your thought for a little bit, buddy?
All right.
So if I move to India, do I become an Indian?
No.
Don't let him say the
ahead,
racist thing again.
You're right. This is why no ops never joined. But go ahead, buddy.
No, you're just being completely racist.
Go ahead, Gormy. Say the hateful racist thing you're going to say about India.
Go ahead, but
go
all
for
the
it.
Jim Bob crowd in here is just like, but they all got to chime in, bro.
Why do you have to bring up India first of all? Like, why don't you just?
All right, here goes Liv. He can't hold it back. He can't hold it back.
Hold on. Mojo, would it be okay if we let Go Army just go all the way and say all the things he needs to get off his chest? Just this once. I would love to hear it.
Every time, Ella, stop trying to overmod. Every day you jump up here like, oh, stop the
I'm
conversation.
asking Mojo.
I'm gonna
Listen,
ask to please. You do
it's
this
very
every day,
likely that
Ella.
he would otherwise
Listen.
drop you for saying something incredibly gross, which is about to happen. So I'm just
Okay,
making sure
Ella,
that
well,
this
all
doesn't
the
happen.
ops stop coming here, and I'm trying to like let you know why, and you still are. Okay, keep muting me. That's fine. Go ahead. You'll realize
I'm
when
not
you're just an
muting
echo
you.
chamber.
I'm not muting you.
Me
I
neither.
remember 3 days
I
ago,
wanna-
Ella, you're begging for mod, and here you are like queen hallway monitor. Sorry,
I'm sorry?
let's stop the conversation to ask Mojo how we should mod.
I'm sorry. I didn't ask.
I know.
That's
Well,
the
this is
first
all you
thing.
got. I shouldn't say nothing, Ella, because this is literally all you have in your life. Is this online?
Is that so?
I got it.
Okay.
Gormy,
Wow.
like the way that you speak to people, it really screams like hurt.
No, I'm just not
lustful,
taking
and-
y'all's insults. I'm gonna insult back. If you don't like being
I
insulted,
wasn't trying to
don't
insult you. I was trying to give you space to say whatever you want to say. So
No,
please,
you
the
insult
floor
me
is
daily,
yours.
Ella.
Gormy,
B
Let's
said some nasty
let's
stuff
listen,
to me.
HR.
Lift and Shift said some nasty stuff to me, and Ivan has said nasty
I didn't
stuff.
say
So
nasty
here I
shit
am
to you.
responding to that, and you guys don't like that.
Oh my god.
Look, here's the thing, Gormy. I described a version of American culture, and then I attacked your argument. I said you said Thanksgiving, something that was that is like actually like rooted in something awful that happened in history. Even though I described many beautiful things about America and the reason that I've really like cherished my time here, and
For
your
sure, I didn't even get to respond, HR.
and your response to that was to tell me that you would go to India and start making fun of people being dirty there or the river being dirty there,
Well,
and
I
like
didn't
trying to create some sort of picture
I
of
didn't
like
get to
of
finish
Indian people
talking.
being
All right.
disgusting, right? Like that. But I'm just trying to frame.
Here's what America.
I'm just trying
but
to
see,
frame
HR, you
what.
come here and you're like Thanksgiving is it's a bad time in history. That's absolutely not true.
But
It's a very great point in history where
it's
we
rooted
came together.
in a
Indians and
genocide.
Pilgrims came together to feed each other. It's a feast.
It was when the American Indians helped
a
feed
person
the
from
Pilgrims.
India coming to this is why it gets upsetting, because you come from another country and you want to lecture us about our history and then say no, it's not that. The people that's celebrating it.
No,
you
this
eat
is
every day
the
with your
thing that
family.
I learned in
You're
an
not-
American
that's so
high
rude.
school. Like, what do you mean? This is a thing that you learn in American high schools. The Pilgrims were were fed by the American Indians. They helped them during a time of starvation, and that's why it's called Thanksgiving. And what happened after that happened? Gormy, what happened after the Indians helped feed those Pilgrims when they were starving and didn't know how to farm the ground here?
I don't subscribe to your, like, history
there was a
book narrative. It's
genocide.
totally
There you
different
go.
to me.
That's what happened.
Okay, I know you, HR. You're a walking like system, like you're walking proof of the system, like Brad. That's not the narrative I just subscribe to. So
It's not a narrative you subscribe to, but it's the
because first
truth
of all,
and reality of what
the natives
happened,
couldn't
right?
survive off a corn diet. Like there
I
was a
want-
problem with corn and things like that. So
They
like,
didn't survive off a
They
corn
didn't-
diet.
what do
Wait,
you
stop.
mean?
Go Army. Go Army. I want to ask you, did somebody hurt you today? I mean, what's wrong with you today?
what? Why do you say that?
Because you're more of an asshole than you normally are. Just more of a racist,
now all the
bigoted piece of
goofies
shit.
No, all the goofies.
You were
are
being a
all now,
racist, bigoted
so-
piece of shit. Why?
That's not racist, bro.
All that shit you just said is fucking racist. By the way, Native Americans ate more than corn. And when you attack
They
Native
did.
Americans, you're attacking me as well.
Why would I be attacking you?
Because
Native American.
I have enough Native American in me to
Yeah, me
belong
too.
to a
I'm
tribe.
Native American too.
Yeah, I think you're full of shit, but I just want to know why you're being racist. Why are you being racist toward Indians, toward Native Americans, toward people that weren't born here? Why are you being a racist piece of shit right now?
I would say, why are you guys being overly victims? Like, because it's
I'm
very
not.
offensive.
Wait, you're the only one being a victim here because somebody wanted to test you on your fucking knowledge on the American government and the American system. And that turned you into some fucking troll. I don't get it.
I just said I'm not answering it, and I kept quiet, nothing, and then they started arguing about something, and then she's like, every
A Christian is super fucking stupid, is it? I don't say things like that because I genuinely would not say that to someone because it's wrong. Yet you went ahead and said something really awful about my people and about our geography and insinuated a lot of disgusting things about them when all I said was a reference to your real actual American history, not some narrative that you want to believe, but yet the real history. And then you said something disgusting. Do you see the difference here?
Yeah, no, that's a nice cap. First of all, I'm not insulting your people. Anybody can go on TikTok right now, just type in the word India, and like all the top 10 TikToks are like sanitary related things, right? And then people are like, that's okay. Hey, that's okay. That's the way they live. None of our business, right? But when when they're coming to America in droves, some people would say, hey, that's cool too. It's whatever. But now you got ones like HR saying, hey, your history is not the history that you know, or you were taught through family lineage and things like that. It's what this McGraw-Hill textbook that was produced by the people we hate of this country. That's what our history was and what we were taught. So now I'm going to defend it because that's what the system taught me, and everybody else is wrong. And now I'm going to come to your country and push that on you, per people that are already living there through these customs and traditions. It's so rude. I would never go to another country and do that. It's so,
but Gormy, that's not what happened. I learned that history in American institutions and universities. I read books written by Americans. I read books written by people who have lived here and who have like really looked into the history so that they know the real history of the United States. One that has been fought through resistance, one that has been through like a lot of struggle and bad things. That is what history is. That doesn't mean that India doesn't have bad history, or Europe doesn't have bad history, or Africa doesn't have bad history. Every country's hands is covered in blood, and not recognizing that is just depriving yourself of your own real ancestry. It's depriving you of the real story, the real narrative, so that you can actually build a better country. You can't build a better country through lies, through narratives that are easier to believe or easier to swallow, through some sort of washed version of things to make it seem like it's always been a great and hunky-dory place. You deny yourself your own history by doing that.
Deny my own history by what?
By pretending that your entire history is just like a great men doing great things, and that there wasn't genocide and there wasn't mistakes made.
It absolutely was. We went to the moon. Who else did that?
God.
Who else did that? What else? I'll just bring up a list of
did we genocide? Did the Americans, the future Americans, genocide people in this country?
No. No.
So the Trail of Tears is not a genocide?
Well, I mean, who's the fault for it? You think it's American own?
It was a president.
The Trail of Tears was also
it was a president that did it.
I know who you're gonna say, Andrew Jackson.
No,
Mojo, the Native Americans
Native
hated
Americans
each other. They
fighting
absolutely sold each other out.
No. That is not an argument against genocide. Just because they were fighting each other doesn't mean that you
each other. HR
No.
I'm trying to tell you. Yes, they did. Absolutely.
No, they did not. They did not genocide each other.
For many years,
they were genocided by Europeans.
Yeah, that's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
Not true. Moved them to reservations and things like that. They absolutely, you know what they did? They fought themselves. And tribes, they had tribal wars for however many.
You really are fucking delusional. You are delusional. You just want to believe in like a perfect version of history.
Yeah,
what were they called
outside of America? HR.
What were they?
No,
wait,
I wasn't taught that outside of America. I was taught that in America.
What were they called?
I am of these institutions.
There were Indian schools, I think, where they took young Native Americans away from their families, away from their tribes, away from their communities, and they put them in school. They chopped their hair off. They forced them to chop their hair off. They forced them to speak English instead of their own native language. They forced them to be Christians instead of believing what they believed before that. They forced them to do this, these children. They tried to turn them into civilized people. Do you think that's okay?
Turning them into civilized people, absolutely. That should always be our goal. The last part, children, I don't know about the children stuff.
They did this to children.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about what you're talking about, children stuff. But yeah, you should. I don't know about that. But you should always try to make. You should always try to make people civilized. Bro, they're sacrificing children, especially the people down in Mexico. And the
okay, so here, wait.
No,
Okay. So Republicans are just racist as fuck. They're disgusting human beings. beings.
Yeah, gross.
They want to go
That's
run
really
around the
gross.
world and imperialize the other nations. I mean, Republicans are disgusting. So would it be okay if the Democrats in this country civilize you guys and we put you in concentration camps, we put you in re-education camps, we teach you a better way of being a human being? Would that be okay?
I don't know what you're talking about, but the Native Americans were absolutely
You don't know what I'm
savage. A lot of
talking
them were
about?
savages to each other tribes. A lot of them were
Okay.
sacrificing children. They had no God. And then what we did is we said, hey,
This
listen.
is too much.
Okay, then just let me finish. They said,
I'm gonna go to bed anyway. I'm like exhausted.
Yeah, so we approached the Native Americans and said, listen.
Good night, guys.
Jesus Christ was the sacrifice.
Gormy,
have a
go
good
read
night,
A People's
HR.
History of the United States,
keep
written by
reading
Howard
McGraw
Zinn.
Hill. Keep
Have a
reading your
good night.
Israel
No, I'm not
textbooks,
telling you about
and then you
McGraw
turn
Hill.
around and hate Israel while you're
Yeah, I do fucking hate Israel. I do fucking hate
That's all
Israel.
you've read.
Go read.
You're through a system that's written by Israeli books. That's all you've
Go
done.
read A People's History of the United States by Howard
You
Zinn.
read
Go
McGraw
do
Hill
that.
by the system. No, I'm not, HR. I'm not reading your indoctrinated university garbage. Like, that's all it is. You're defending the lies that you've been fed from the system. That's all.
A People's History is not a textbook. You know that, right?
Exactly. I'm giving you people's history, and what she's trying to argue is in defense of like McGraw Hill.
No, she said go read A People's History. That's not a textbook. It's by Howard Zinn. It's real history of the real Americas and the real things that happen in this country instead of this sanitized version that we fed our kids. This is where you'll learn what Thanksgiving is really about, because Thanksgiving was about Native Americans helping the starving Europeans because the Europeans didn't know how to live on this land.
The Christians have been calling other people savages for as long as they've existed, for no other reason other than they don't believe and live the same way we do. So therefore they are savages.
Oh,
It's judgmental as fuck, which
There's
goes
been
against your
savages for a while.
teachings.
Ella, the world is
The
not like
Druids,
nice
the
and peaceful.
Celtics, the true pagans were not savages either. Neither were the indigenous people of the Americas, aka Native Americans. They were not savages. They had civilization. They had
Why did they
hierarchy in
scalp
their
people,
tribes.
Ella? Why did they scalp
They lived
people, Ella?
perfectly fine. They knew how to
You think
care
that
for
was
their
not
sick.
like
They knew how to
savage,
care
like
for
to
their
scalp a
elder.
child?
They had community.
Oh, they had
were a
community. They were nice
civilization.
people, but they would scalp children and they would steal children from other
No.
Native American tribes. But they were good people and nice and utopia people and so friendly and happy. Ella, the world's not pretty. Like they were savages.
Did you
like,
get your history? Did you learn your history from a Mel Gibson movie? Seriously?
Mel Gibson
probably.
movie. Mel Gibson's movies are actually more accurate in history than
That is
especially
fucking crazy.
Not the revolutionary one, but yes, Jesus Passion of Christ is an amazing movie. You know the story. I like Mel Gibson. He's an honest, real person. And not like
This is where you're learning. This is
but
where you're learning your history. It's from fucking Mel Gibson.
yeah, I mean, do you think the Native Americans were like these peaceful people that were like making macaroni necklaces and like doing this like smoke messages and stuff? No, they were like
They fought
straight up stealing and sacrificing people and
No,
fighting
they
with WAR.
weren't. No, they weren't. No, they weren't.
Oh, okay. And they did scalp people, do all kind of.
They did because they were fighting because they were being run off their lands because they had these white people coming in that shouldn't have survived in this country, but they did help survive in this country. And
all that being true, Mojo, how could you wouldn't say this is a savage taking a kid and literally scalping their head?
I don't know about
or
a kid.
woman.
I don't
It's
know about a
absolutely
kid or
savage,
I don't know
like,
about a
that's
kid or a woman. I don't know about a kid or a woman. I don't know what you're talking about. These are usually soldiers that they dealt with.
They did it probably with no moral less,
They
didn't even feel
the white
nothing.
man the white man was walking into villages and literally slaughtering every single person, man, woman, child, every single person in that village. It is absolutely true.
Come on.
It is
Mojo.
absolutely fucking true. What?
I learned
Are you
once
saying
that
that Native Americans were that weak where people would just come in and unalive their whole villages?
Hold on a second, Go Army. I learned shortly after I came here from some of the local tribes that like the American quote unquote government would sometimes offer rewards if the Native Americans brought them scalps of like tribes that wouldn't participate. I don't know if that's true, but that is something that I've heard here among like the Seattle, like the area here, the tribes. Have you heard something similar?
I have. It was actually a way for them to make the Native Americans look more savage as well, to make them even more enemy-like. So they did play into they played into differences between the tribes. This is what white people have been doing forever, though. The Hutus, the Tutsis, all the African nations, they play people against each other to make it easier to defeat them. It's been a tactic they've used for a long time.
Yeah, but it's fair to say they were fighting between each other without the white man or before the white man.
They would fight over hunting ground, but that's about it. They actually didn't believe in like private property, so they were nomadic. They would move around a lot, and they would fight over hunting ground. If somebody came in and invaded their hunting ground during the hunting season when they were normally there, then they might end up fighting over that land to be able to hunt on that land, but that's it. They didn't hate each other because of who they were.
I mean, I would strongly disagree with that.
They traveled across
absolutely hate each other.
They traveled across the country to trading fairs that they had on the coast. They got whale bones from Canada and from Alaska, from tribes in Canada and Alaska, and they had these trading things that they did every single year on both coasts. This was normal for them. They worked together. They worked together a lot more than they fought.
They still celebrate that here. There's like one day every year, I think it just happened actually, where the tribes from here and some from Canada all come together and they row in their actual, like their beautiful vessels. They have specific names, I can't recall, but it's an entire thing, and they all land on a beach here in Seattle. It's really cool to watch.
In Seattle? Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, in Seattle. It's a thing.
I'm just saying, you have been taught this brutal history, and it's the winner of a war that tends to write the history of that war, and the winner happened to be the white people, so that's the history that you were taught. No, they didn't have macaroni necklaces. They didn't make macaroni at all. They didn't live on corn. They were not brutal savages. They lived on this land for hundreds of years before white men ever got here. And they were successful. They built pyramids in South America and Central America. There are even mounds or pyramids that were built here too.
Pyramids in South America, they did not. The Native Americans did not do that. That's like the Indian Inca, and which we get back to savages.
Wait, those are Native Americans too, just so you know.
Well, I'm talking about Native Americans to North America, United States region specifically.
Okay, well there were mounds, the mounds that you were talking about specifically, as a matter of fact, in Florida, that you thought somehow white men or Celts created. Those were created by Native American tribes as well.
No, I know that. And I'm talking about Serpent Mound more specifically, which is
Native American as well.
Yes, as well. But there's the structures before the mounds that the Native Americans refer to. I'm going to research it tonight, and I'm going to send it to you, that they refer to, that they say the Celts came before and built them.
Yeah, you might want to do some more research on that, because that's been thoroughly debunked over and over again.
And then I would say, I'll show you. And in South America, going down there is not going to help your case, because they are the greatest example of a sacrificial
I know, this is what you're talking about.
Came and brought Jesus.
Yeah, this is what you're talking about. Sacrificing to the Quetzalcoatl, the god of sun and shit like that. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, there are also Native Americans. They all believed in a sacrificial system across the tribes in North America.
But they also created pyramids, and they created big, huge cities with roads paved in seashells so they could see, just like the fucking Romans did, without even knowing who the Romans were. They did this too. They built islands. They built fucking islands, for Christ's sake, to have their crops on. They built islands. That wasn't seen again until Japan started doing it. So Native Americans, both in Central, South, and North America, have all been very innovative, and they work together very well. There were times of strife where you did see stuff like that happen. Sure, that happens anywhere in the world, though. I mean, the Black Plague in Europe decimated a lot of people. A lot of people were put down that probably shouldn't have been put down. They lived in filth and squalor throughout the European cultures as well.
But this is what I'm saying. When the white man came and said, listen, there is a man, a son of God, who came and gave his life so that for our diseased hearts that has sin. So
well,
that
I'm not a Christian. You can't make a Christian. You can't make a Christian argument to me. Well, that's what you're talking about.
Actively hissing at my phone.
Okay, sorry to start preaching. Well, but then it said, hey, well, we don't have to sacrifice all these things every day and all these people every day. He is the sacrifice. So once you learn that, it changes everything about everything, society, if collapse the Roman Empire, same with across South America, so.
Okay, guys, I know Sam, Go Army has been pretty gross tonight, but I'm going to ask you all to be, I don't know, forgiving, I guess, and let them talk. I mean, unless you don't want to. I assume you're all in the guest request to come up and talk to Go Army.
Yeah, we got a bunch in the queue.
Yeah, so if you're going to come up, be nice, because you're up here to talk to him, so treat him as a friend.
May I direct him for a moment for the things he said to me? Would that be okay?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Okay. So Go Army, you earlier said that I had been begging for mod powers and that I over-modded. So I'm going to give you a little bit of context. I did not even ask for them. They were offered to me by CS and Mojo. I initially said no. At some point I was given the mod powers during a conversation up here, and CS is quite busy with personal things this week. So I've tried to be helpful because Mojo is enjoying playing the game.
Well, I've been rather grumpy too.
So I've been trying to help out here and there. If I have over-modded at some point, I am more than willing to apologize for that. I've never done this before. I don't really know all the fine lines, but as far as I know, the only time I've ever piped up, it was to ask people if they could please let each other finish, and I didn't favor one side or the other. At least I tried not to. So the next time you want to be mean and callous with me, please take a step back and think twice, and perhaps ask about the context.
Okay, I'm not I'm not responding to the drama. I'm thinking about the sacrificial systems in South America at the moment. Like I'm thinking of people up top of the temple throwing people off.
You were incredibly
ripping their hearts out and stuff.
If you thought for a moment that I was going to let that pass without responding to it, you were incorrect.
Well, Ella, it's what you do. You like when everybody's having in the middle of a conversation, you'll stop it and be like, Mojo, how should we or what should we do? And then it's always like a condescending question.
Wait. I'm gonna answer. Wait. Hold on. I want to answer this because there's a reason that I do that, and there's a reason that other people do that too. If a conversation starts getting out of hand, quite often the best way to stop it from getting out of hand is to stop the conversation and just say something meaningless, or do a commercial break, or ask for gifts, or ask for people to tap, or whatever you're gonna do. But when you get everybody to calm down for a sec, you can tend to go back to a better conversation. So it's a tactic that mods use. It's a tactic that panel hosts use. This is normal. You should get used to that.
Yeah, not to mention that CS and Mojo tend to have pretty strict rules for certain times that we on the back end know about, but you don't. And so when I ask permission, or when I ask how Mojo wants to handle something, it's out of respect for him and his platform and nothing else.
Yeah, sometimes that's fine. That's fine. It's your live, whatever. I don't care. Sometimes, though, what I'm trying to tell you, Ella, is if you could read the room, it's like the worst times ever. And then it's always like condescending with it, too. A little bit of bias mixed in. I get you're a Democrat, and I get what Mojo's saying. I mean, you could do whatever. I don't even care that much. But sometimes it's just like the conversation isn't bad, and it's like Okay. You know.
You've had interesting conversations on here. I've enjoyed listening to you on some conversations. I've been absolutely disgusted by other things that you've said as well. But I do appreciate having you around. So I don't want you to leave, and I would much prefer that you not say a bunch of racist shit because you're pissed off at somebody too.
Hey,
Yeah,
I
I
think.
respect that. I respect that. I respect that. It's
Sorry,
just
go on, Rick.
sometimes you got to
I
understand
get
this
it.
side of America. These people, like, you have somebody that's coming from another country coming into our country. We don't all feel that way, where it's like the best part of America is like all these different foods and all this stuff. Like, we don't. A lot of people don't like that. And not saying we're against it, we hate it, but it's like we don't like that, and sometimes it comes off as insulting, where it's like, this is your history, no, and you're lecturing. Like, I would like, a lot of people would never go. They find it very insulting to go to another country and say, no, the United Kingdom did this or that, or lecture anybody that lives there or anything like that. It's like, it just comes off insulting. I don't know.
It's not their fault that you don't know about your own history. I'm an American too. I was born and raised here. It's not their fault that you don't know about your own history.
That's an insult in itself, right? You don't know about your own history.
I don't know about particle physics. Me not knowing about particle physics is not an insult. It is just truthful.
Here's a difference.
I'll tell you.
Physics. Okay.
I don't know a lot about history either. I was never interested in history, so I didn't do a whole lot of study on history. I have read the people's history of the United States, though, and I did read some history in my political science classes. But for the most part, I tried to stay away from history shit because I didn't enjoy it. So I'm in the same boat as you, man. I don't know a lot of our history as well.
I think it's impossible to understand a lot, because I can sit down with a person from a Native American tribe and he can tell me this long history that you can't learn in a textbook, that you can't learn anywhere else besides what his family taught him. But that doesn't mean like you can break bread with these people and learn stuff. It doesn't mean like you're hateful and your thing. But in the end of the day, he's not going to agree with the life I come from, and I'm not going to agree with the life he comes from. But it's interesting to hear these things. It doesn't make you wrong. Like, you're not wrong or right. Like, you guys got to stop doing that.
I think we need to be able to parse out what is considered an anecdotal versus what is generally accepted as historical fact. That's where we're kind of drawing the line in having an actual conversation with you, is trying to, because we can agree on fact. Because facts are something that don't care about your feelings or anecdotals, right? So therefore, we can have a conversation based on what factually has happened, not what someone has told you about what their grandfather saw one time, third generation removed.
Yeah, see, that I disagree. That's the difference between me and you. I feel like that's the true history that you learn, is like the only history that I can learn from sitting down from some guy in some tribe, some Native American tribe, a totally different lifestyle for me, hearing these things that they only know. That to me is real history, not sitting in a classroom and studying like the different elements of how the tribes hate each other, something like that. To me, that's not history. That's
okay. So you like stories. That's what it is. You don't like history. When aggregates of information come together and people's stories coalesce and overlap, that is what forms history. When thousands of those coalesce and overlap and different sciences come together and different things are excavated that are able to corroborate that information about where tribes moved through and the things that they used and the tools that they used and the things that they hunted, all that they ate, or the writings, all of that starts to come together to form an interwoven story. That is how we make history. That is how we understand what has happened. I'm not detracting from the individual that is telling their individual take on their version of history, but if it does not align with the majority of every other fact, it is an anecdotal. That's all it is a story.
I guess we'll just agree to disagree.
Well, hold on. Okay, so why were the stories picked out that were actually put in the Bible?
You want to talk about the Bible, or we could just stick to like Native American?
Well, no, because the Bible is important to you, and there were many gospels, right? And they had a council of Nicaea or whatever that decided what gospels are going to be in the Bible. So those, why did they pick some and not others?
Okay, sure. So that's a great question. So if you go ahead and really, you can look at all the books yourself, and the people will always point to the Ethiopian Bible because that's the Bible or canon that allows any type of Christian but any type of a book in the Christian canon was allowed into it. Because at the time was the Islam conquest where they were taking over the whole world. So they were like very desperate to get anything mixed with the Ethiopian custom. So the Council of Nicaea sat down and said, let's look at all the books and let's decide which ones, are, have this criteria, which was like the Holy Spirit. I'm not an expert, can't remember exactly. But what happened is then, if you put them all together and you look them all and the ones that were omitted, you can see, like, for instance, in the Ethiopian Bible, the Book of Enoch. If you've ever read the Book of Enoch, and specifically the first one, the Book of Giez, or whatever, however you say it these days, it's like it doesn't go it's not even close to the other books of the Bible. Like, it's not even close. It's like Enoch flying off on stuff and doing all this, and all the other books of the Bible. If you put them together, they completely they flow. They're continuous. Everything is like written the same way, matches all the criteria, and the ones that weren't are basically like wacky, crazy. Like, it wouldn't fit in the Bible if you added certain ones in there. That's what they did. That's what they decided.
So do you think maybe history books do the same thing? They take a bunch of anecdotal stories and they look at them all and they decide which ones fit in and which ones don't, which ones make more sense, which ones have corroboration with historical fact, things that they found in historical record and genealogy and I don't know, geology, so they can corroborate these things. Do you think maybe that's the same thing?
No, it's different because, first of all, we're talking about the most important book ever throughout history, throughout mankind, versus like talking about, what's the difference between Native American tribes. Like, my history is saying, hey, these people were fighting each other, sacrificing, doing all this crazy stuff. And then Ella's version is like, hey, these were like macaroni necklaces, holding hands, like everybody loves each other, kumbaya, come in my teepee, like whatever. So whose history is right? Well, to me, to get the correct history is not like, I get what Rev's saying, you got to look at everything and all this stuff. But to me, if I truly want to know like the real Native American history in this day and age, I want to go to probably a dude, I'm not saying specifically, but somebody like, I can relate to that's in a Native American tribe that lives a totally different life, and I can talk to him and understand his traditions, his customs, his stories that were been passed down that haven't been corrupted and tainted from outside sources like the government and all these different, things that have been, so I think that's the true history of America that is slowly being lost from families versus like, here's what the textbook says and here's what we know because somebody did research one day and somebody told us, and it's just been like, nah, that's the old way of thinking these days.
Then I would say the same thing about the Bible.
Well, the Bible's like, it's a miracle. It's 40 authors over what? Thousands of
written
years.
by humans.
Yeah, through the Holy Spirit, though, in a way that man just, of course, it's written by man so that we could understand it. And it's written through man. 40 authors over thousands of years, and it's like hundreds and hundreds of things have come true, and et cetera, et cetera.
Can I ask you a question? Go Army.
Sure. If you're not really mean.
Do you think that the Salem witch trials happened?
Do I believe the Salem witch trials? I don't know. I've heard about them. I've read about them in school. I kind of paid attention a little bit. I've seen things like, I definitely don't think it was like the movies and all what we portray, but
you acknowledge that they happened.
Sure, I guess. I don't know. I guess I don't really know
Do
that
you
much
not think
about
that
them.
that was savage in and of itself? The savagery that it would take to look at a woman who may be having a
I don't know.
schizophrenic attack and then take her and burn her on a stake. You don't think that that's savage?
I don't know. Yeah, if that's what they did, I guess. I don't know. I don't know too much about
I guess
that
I
to
say all
like.
that to say
See,
you keep saying that it's all that different than
Wow,
American,
fuck
like
me.
the original American culture, like the original pilgrims. But it's really not different than what was actually coming here.
So you're saying
already.
the pilgrims
So
are?
I reject that notion.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That you're telling me the pilgrims were just going around burning witches and stuff or something?
No, it was the Puritans that were doing it. But the Pilgrims were wrong in their own right. When they first came here, they used to eat dead bodies because they didn't know how to farm properly until the natives taught them to. That seems pretty savage to me. So when you have this group of people, when you have, it's not a lie. When you have this group of people saying they're going to quote unquote civilize people, and yet they're eating the dead because they can't learn how to farm. This is in Howard Zinn's history of
yeah, we heard you say
American
that.
history.
It's a total lie.
That
total
isn't.
fabricated cap.
It's not a fabricated lie. We have Pilgrims
You're telling
first-hand
me
accounts in their diaries.
let's just
of
put
them
our
writing
logical
this.
caps on, B Crusher. Let's put our logical caps on.
I'd
These
rather
people
put our
sailed.
historical
Have you?
caps on.
What's the furthest you've ever? What's the
over
furthest
talking
you've
each
ever
other.
sailed? B probably like I don't know. Maybe you're a sailor or something. It's an amazing thing, right? When you see people sailing. These people back then sailed all the way across the ocean. So got all the way here, was sophisticated back then with no technology and all this, just to get on land and say, we don't know how to farm, let's go eat some bodies.
They were
Like,
forced
I mean,
Did
I'm
you
pretty
not know
sure
that,
my
Go
dog,
Army?
like a child,
Hold
can
on.
go out there and
Go Army,
like
did you
very
know they
simple
were
dig a
forced
hole
here?
and put a pot thing in it, and over years
Did
we'll
you
figure out
know they
what.
were forced here? That they were extradited from England and they were forced
I'm
to
not
come
getting
here.
into Wikipedia
So no,
debate.
they didn't just decide to come over. It's not Wikipedia; it's actual history, and this is sad that you don't know this about your own country. I'm
Well, I'm
American
gonna pass
as well. I
over
was
you.
born here,
I'm
and I
gonna
do
pass
know
over
this. But the fact that you don't know that they were forced here and they were extradited for their religion is wild.
Yeah, it was Jamestown specifically. There was a very harsh winter. Crops didn't yield. They were unable to feed each other. This wasn't like commonplace, but it was new territory where crops that they brought over from England didn't initially grow correctly here, just due to the genetic strains and the environments that they wanted to actually like grow them in.
They had
Well, and
crops, Red?
also, hold on,
Yeah, they
Go
brought seeds
Army.
with them. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
but
can the
how
woman
did they?
from
She
Virginia
just said they
speak?
didn't know how to farm at all, so they just started eating each other. Like,
No, you're not. No, please. I'm
Well,
trying to
and
be so serious with you right here. They brought seeds over to start a colony, to start growing in the colony that they were making. The seeds for a lot of the plants that they tried to plant over here did not take root correctly because different zones, different temperatures, different environments. The crops failed. Jamestown is a very prominent example of this where cannibalism was resorted to.
I hate to interrupt, but I know Mojo was looking for my help with the game for a second. Mojo, there should be 2 trees that are slightly different from everything else with a sand patch in between them. At least it's something that I perceived as a sand patch, and what you're looking for, like if you use your shovel and dig that up, you should find a skyroot in there.
Okay.
I can't, like, the screen's a little too small for me to, like, give you direction on where to go for the trees. It's been a while, but
Okay.
that's at least a visual you should look for.
All right. Thank you. You guys go.
Also, is Mojo or Lift or Humble in the request?
No, they were not. Wait.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I kicked them earlier.
Well, yeah, I know you kicked them earlier, and then they were saying like, justice for each other, and I was like, well, if y'all weren't private, I could bring you up, but
They're not.
but also, Go Army. So, if you actually go to where they are digging at the Jamestown settlement right now, they actually fully tell you about what happened. And also, not only did the crops not yield, they picked a really shit spot to build the fort of Jamestown. So, if you actually go there and listen to them, they will tell you like Jamestown was lucky to survive. And it was all because of the natives' help.
Yeah. The claim was they came, they didn't know how to farm, so they didn't know what to do and started eating each other. I'm not Rev. I take you serious. I know what you said. This is very. I'm saying what she said is just laughable compared to them. They came over here and tried. They did a bunch of stuff. Like, I'm not denying it was cannibalism. The crops failed. Nobody denies that. But just say they were like, that's the history I'm talking about. It's a very like negative. Like, they came here, didn't even know how to. The Puritans, they didn't even know how to farm, so they just started eating each other. Like, well, who says stuff like that?
But they didn't know how to farm. They
it'd be different when they
specifically didn't know
tried and
how
they were
to
attacked.
farm the area.
They
didn't know how to farm the specific area that Jamestown was settled on.
I don't think B even specifically said they didn't know how to farm. I think B, you can restate what you said, but I did not hear that.
Yeah, they. I don't know if I said that or not. To be fair, I have ADHD and I could, I could say things that fly out of my mouth, and I don't know if I said them or not. But I'll concede that I might have said it. They didn't know how to farm, though. That is the actual truth of the matter. Is that they were not familiar with this terrain. It was a new terrain. What you're doing, Go Army, is you want to put this propagandist twist on American history. I'm saying don't do the twist. Just tell it how it actually happened. There is no point in doing this weird twist on history. You just tell what happened. What happened, the truth was, it was a group of people who were religious extremists who escaped persecution in their country, and they came here, forced to come here, so of course they didn't know the land. That is normal. If I were to go to, let's say, if I were to go to Tonga and I was going to try to grow coconut trees in Tonga, I would have no idea what to do. You're making this like an ego thing. It doesn't have to be an ego thing.
No, I'd make that a female-male thing. No, you would just get on the land. If you got seeds, you try, and if it kept failing, you'd start looking around at the crops around the area. You start picking those and start growing. They're not dumb people. Like, you act like you're dumb.
They were dumb, though. They didn't know how to. They had to eat their own people. They were.
Yeah, I know.
They're literally in a new world. Like, they might as well have been in another fucking planet. What are you talking about, dude? Like, it's like,
hold on. Time out real fucking quick. We're not doing the whole this is a man-woman thing like you wouldn't fucking understand.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. You're going to overmod too. Here we go, bro. Here we go.
What do you mean overmod? We're trying to keep this respectful.
You muted my mic.
I'm just asking. Yeah, I'm just
asking. Yeah, don't do that. I booted everybody earlier for that too, just to have a conversation. Jeez. He's being an asshole, sure.
Yeah, to lay, cannibalism at the feet of any frontier endeavor is kind of wild.
That was never the point, though. The point is that he said that the white man had to come here and quote unquote civilize the people. And I said, how is a group? Now, let me finish. I said, how is a group of people that is eating their own people? First of all, second of all, bringing diseases because they showered once a year. Third of all,
this is racist pap that you're offering right now.
Yeah, exactly, Mojo. She gets to say all this stuff and it's not racist, and I'm always the racist one.
Wait, chill out. Wait, I didn't freak out on you. I just dropped everybody from the panel so I can talk to you about the racist things that you said. Do you want me to do the same to her? I don't necessarily think what she's saying is racist. I think it's true, though. I think that the Europeans, the Europeans were that way when they came here.
Yeah, that's why there's literally in historical context why the bubonic plague lasted for so long, and it was because literally they only bathed once a year. That's why women originally started carrying bouquets, because their yearly bath was usually around May and they were getting married in June, and they carried a bouquet of flowers to cover up the scent of being unwashed that was starting to develop by that point. Like there's literally historical facts.
Right, to say that people only bathed once a year is kind of redonkulous.
Well, this all stems from the fact that, like, basically, you guys are.
The point is, wait a minute, real quick. The point is to say that they were more advanced, the Native Americans, by comparison to the Europeans. I mean, they hadn't invented the
Never
plow.
said that.
They hadn't invented the plow yet, for goodness sakes. They helped in the very beginning with fertilization of the different places and where to cultivate and which crops to cultivate. They had already developed and already had access to, rugged plants that we brought over to Europe. And the Native Americans also didn't have horses to pull the plows. I mean, there's lots of things that we brought that helped them too. To say that we simply bring pestilence and disease and eat our own people on the regular is not accurate. It's a disgusting misrepresentation and an attempt for you to.
But nobody said on the regular.
Yeah, nobody said that.
Evil. She suggested it. Yes, she did.
No, I didn't suggest it, and I didn't say it. Let me actually say my actual ideology before everyone talks over me and tells me what my actual ideology is. My actual ideology is based off of what Go Army said. Go Army said that they were savages. They needed to be civilized. Those were his exact words. My thought is no one was civilized at the time, including those who came over to quote unquote civilize people. And I'm citing what I just cited, the lack of bathing. Hello, antiseptic wasn't discovered until the 1700s. We didn't even understand why wives were dying in childbirth until we understood through Joseph Lister how to properly sanitize things. So this has nothing to do with, white people are so disgusting. No, it has to do with everybody at the time lacked the appropriate knowledge to be civilized. So for them to come over here and say they're going to civilize the native is absolutely insane when them themselves were not civilized. No one was.
Do you know what the Carib Indians were?
Again, you're going to make an argument you don't really need me for.
Do you think scalping people is civilized?
Yeah, Americans did that when they wanted to expand west. The American government offered money for scalps. So again, people were uncivilized.
Were willing to scalp them.
Yeah, Americans, white Americans also participated in scalping so that they can gain land in the West. So again, you're putting this off like they're uncivilized and that the white man had to come and civilize them. I am telling you, they were not all that much better.
To scalp somebody, you'd have to be pretty savage-like or uncivilized.
Yeah, and Americans did that. White Americans did that. White Americans did that, and the American government offered them money for it.
I don't know. I'll direct my question to Brendan. He seems like he knows a lot more.
This is a weird conversation.
No, you just don't know what you're talking about, and you've been called out on it. I know more about your history than you do.
America itself engaged in fucking slavery as an economic engine. That right there is pretty fucking uncivilized right there. Right, I don't really care if like you use a laptop or take now. I don't care if you use like a machete, an AK, or a drone operated by a laptop. Savagery is savagery. The only difference is that nowadays you can engage in savagery without having to look at the people in the eye. It's all savagery. It doesn't really matter if you use technology or not.
Yep, totally weird conversation.
I don't remember how it came up. Oh, because
it
came up because Butthead here started going off about India.
No, Brendan. The point is basically people. The whole point is like people come from outside of our country, or and now it's like a lot of people in the country now. Their whole like mentality, their whole way of thinking is anti-American. Everything is like these people are evil. At the same time, and that's just like it's like insulting to people that are from here and live here.
Nobody's anti-American.
Which part of it specifically is anti-American?
Wait, are you guys talking about the CNN poll from like 2 days ago?
I'm trying to just ask Go Army what he thinks is anti-American for people coming over here.
A lot of people coming here believe like they just like white people are oppressors. Like our whole history is just oppressive.
What
white
makes
people
that
are
anti-American?
Makes it anti-American because that's not the true history of America, and it's just disingenuous to only point to that over all the amazing, great feats we've done. Basically, the greatest country in the history, And for you to just point out oppression in a small gap of time, it's like, and we were the kind of first ones to free it. Like, so it's very
That's some weird logic right there.
Free the oppression that they started? Are you kidding me? That is your rebuttal. Is freeing the oppression that the Americans started is ridiculous.
It was around the world. It was all the way around the world.
I call that wife beater logic. It's like, yeah, but I start beating you.
So not recognizing the historical significance of the actions that we took as a nation that built it up to the current day, both the good and the bad, somehow pointing out the detriments and the damage that we did so that we can grow from it and learn from it, is anti-American?
That's correct.
How?
Well, what Go Army said a moment ago, right? Like getting rid of the savagery, like the Barbary slave trade right after America became a country. We took on and annihilated the slave trade that the caliphs were
slave
committed
trade that you were participating in.
Well, we weren't running it, obviously, because we smashed it to pieces. Because, we know that the blue team is only good with conquest if it's Muslim conquest. If it's white people doing the conquest, well, then it's a huge sin.
So,
right?
Wait, hold on. You said that we got rid of slavery right after we became a country?
Yeah, the Barbary slave trade. They were Muslim caliphs, and they were taking over ships and making white slaves, lots of them. You guys did know there were lots of white slaves, right?
Yeah, but the problem is I don't really care about that because I'm in America, so I care about American history. So I'm an American, and I care about American history. If you want to cry about another country's history, then you can cry about another country's history. But I'm American, and I prefer to focus on American history. I'm not Muslim at all. What are you talking about?
Well, it is American history.
I'm not
She's
Muslim.
not Muslim. She can't be on TikTok if she's a Muslim.
So, Brendan, why do we get rid of that slavery and not all slavery?
Well, we did eventually.
Why did it take 100 years?
People are dumb. So yeah, right after we became a country, we attacked the Barbary slave countries. Were like 4 or 5 countries that were actually getting tribute from Spain and France and Great Britain. And gosh, this was such a boss quote. Thomas Jefferson said, millions in defense before $1 in tribute. It was amazing because he was like, we're not paying these fucking crime lords to keep them from stealing our people and making them slaves. I'd rather fight them.
Yeah,
and that's what he
and
did.
he owned
Was
over
it
400
America's
slaves.
first Navy
He owned over 400
because
slaves.
he stood up.
He owned over 400 slaves.
He stood
till his
up
death.
to Islamomaniacs to keep them from
No,
taking
he
slaves
owned
all over the other
400
country. That's
slaves.
exactly
He
what
owned
he
400
did.
slaves.
Wait, hold on. You have this fucking backwards. George Washington paid the Barbary pirates to stay away from us.
Okay. After he first became president, Thomas Jefferson said, no, I didn't mention George Washington.
I'm sorry, it's 1786.
John Adams. Yeah, John Adams wanted to pay them too, but Thomas Jefferson said no. See, what I said isn't mutually exclusive to what you said, right?
No, you said that when we founded the nation, that we got rid of the Barbary pirates because they were like.
I said
shortly after.
we funded the nation,
Sure.
yeah.
It was 50 years later. Actually, a little bit further than that. It was about 50 years after we had actually founded the nation.
So are we splitting hairs on the definition shortly?
Beyond that, they weren't actually taking Americans realistically. It was just Europeans. It was primarily Europeans from the Mediterranean.
Was it chattel? Was it a chattel system?
It was pirates. It was piratry. It was literally just boarding vessels and taking people from the vessels, from merchant vessels, and turning them into slaves.
There you go. It's interesting how you do your best to minimize slavery to win an argument. It's amazing.
I don't have to minimize anything. You just made a fallacious argument to begin with.
Just
it was
piracy. They were just,
it was predicated.
They were not a nation.
Right?
And then this guy's like, was it chattel slavery, bro? Like, there's a big difference.
Brendan,
you frame this as if it was some like monumental fortitude of event that the American nation had taken and undergone to fight off slavery when we funded them before we even did anything about it.
Right, but we fought to stop
And
it. And that's
but
Go Army's point, is that
was
you
it
guys,
just us?
you leftists want to, again, cloak yourself in the Constitution and the flag when you're out of power. And then you undermine our institutions when you get into power. So what Go Army is talking about, what he's pointing out, and he's right, because a lot of the electorate is seeing it, kind of feels like your mask is slipping off a little bit, that you guys want to focus on the bad stuff and totally deny the good stuff, like the things that I've been pointing out that you've been minimizing and mitigating. You see what he's saying?
What you're pointing out, us undoing the harm that we did. Want to give us? It's like if he punches you in the face and then they're like, oh, I only punch you in the face once, punch you in the second time. You know what? You give me props. I was a person.
You're roboting.
That's so
You're a
You're
robot.
breaking up really bad.
Yeah, I think I broke her. Are you okay, B?
She's a bot.
So, Brendan,
Yeah.
was it just us that fought the Barbary pirates?
No, we used a bunch of mercenaries. If I remember correctly, there were some Italian mercenaries. There may even have been some Turkish and Greek mercenaries as well.
We used mercenaries? It wasn't
Yeah.
Sweden that originally started the war?
I'm sorry, what?
It wasn't Sweden that originally started the war against the Barbary states?
I'm sure other countries that yearn to be free fought the Barbary pirates. But yeah, America did. It's in their song, the Marine Corps song. It's all very inspiring, and I think most Americans, and this was the poll I was talking about. It came out on CNN like 2 days ago. They polled Republicans and Democrats if they feel proud to be an American, and it goes back. They were comparing numbers from 2001, and 90% of Republicans are proud and patriotic, and in 2001 it's like 76 or 75% of Democrats. Now it's down to 30%. 30% of Democrats are proud to be Americans.
Yeah, I think
it's shameful.
I think it's because we at that time, because I remember that like it was during a time where the U.S. was basically went through 9/11 and we basically had like everybody was kind of pretty much united by that in terms of like we didn't really see what was coming after that, right? Everybody was pretty much knowing that somebody attacked us, and most Americans wanted to have some sort of vengeance, right? And basically, it was this whole thing where after the smoke cleared, after like we were like I don't know how many fucking years in Iraq, and we realized like well basically how this whole situation was basically used to drag us into a war, right? So that's why a lot of people now feel disillusioned, because now we realize that how our government would basically send people to war in order to fill the pockets of like military contractors and all that shit. We just realized like what imperialism is. It pretty much lifted the veil of what we thought America was until after that.
I also just want to fucking point out here that literally the only reason that we fought the Barbary pirates was because they were encroaching on our slave trade.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the point that I'm trying to.
Are you learning about this on the spot?
People aren't understanding their own history, and the reason I became a leftist and I eventually turned from. I used to be probably pretty close to the ideology that Go Army has, Christian, fundamentalist, evangelical, Protestant, all the good stuff, right? The reason I turned away is because I did learn the true history of it, and that it's absolutely awful. Once you actually look at history through an objective lens and you don't put any moral arbitration on it, you can see that the aggressor time and time again is the United States, without fail. I mean, it's rich for you up here to sit here and say, oh my God, we tried to free the white people from slaves, whilst Thomas Jefferson had 400 slaves at the end of his life. Whilst he wrote in the Virginia Papers about them being less than human, and that's why they don't qualify as every man is created equal. It's wild.
That's wild. Brandon, it goes back to my original point.
those who talk about America the most negatively are usually the ones that are benefiting from it the most. Not like benefit wise, but just the whole way of system. Like they come here to be an American, and it's like then they turn around.
I am an American. I was born here. I was born in California. I am an American.
Let me explain to you.
Honestly, me being I'm more American than you are because this country was founded on rebelliousness.
Yeah, okay.
And
Can someone else talk
thinking
to
that
me, or
you're
you just
more
gonna-
American is absolutely insane. I let you talk earlier. What are you talking about? I've been talking for 10 seconds. Calm the fuck down. Just because you can't interrupt. Chill out.
you gotta chill out. And he's talking about other people on the panel.
What they're doing, Go Army, is they're standing on the shoulders of giants and they're spitting down. They're judging great men like Thomas Jefferson through a lens of modern day wokeness. It's nauseating.
Was slavery wrong, Brendan?
Very good. Of course, slavery was wrong. But he was born into it. It was a system that is like moving the earth. And to say that this single man, great as he was, couldn't move the earth is idiotic on its face.
He wasn't great.
Simply so you can signal your virtue today. And it's laughable to think that you could powder the wig of a man like Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, he wasn't great.
He wasn't born into it. He wasn't born into it, and multiple people at the time knew that slavery was wrong. Many people in America knew. John Brown was going around unaliving, slave plantation owners. People knew it was wrong. This idea that this was normal at the time, this was not normal at the time. Part of the reason that King George was very upset with the Americas was because that they continued chattel slavery, and it made England look bad. So many people at the time knew that chattel slavery was absolutely wrong.
There's a lot of
by the
people
way,
that don't believe
King
in
George
that.
also writes about that.
A lot of people don't believe that's true, B. They believe that
It's not about belief.
There's a whole, but that black people were actually already here. Originally,
those are called FBAs.
I know.
Nobody takes them seriously.
I mean, why not? You can listen to them. You can hear them out. It's
So
interesting. Very interesting.
Brendan, are you there? Okay.
Yeah.
So I know you went on that whole diatribe. Actually, was kind of reading and tuned it out. But did Jefferson not try diplomacy first with the Barbary states?
Well, he sent gifts, and he also sent armed escorts, and with the strict instructions that they were to defend the gifts, knowing that the pirates would attack them because, pirates gonna pirate, and that's exactly what happened. We have yet another head of state who is anticipating the savagery of unwashed Islamists.
But
Isn't that amazing? How history repeats itself that way?
Okay, please don't do that. Please don't do that.
Brendan,
please don't. Please don't do that.
Don't do what? Draw a direct line between
no.
the day and night?
Give long pauses in between what the fuck you're saying, so that somebody else can jump in, and then get pissed off when somebody else does jump in.
I don't do that.
You just did that.
I didn't get pissed off.
You have gotten pissed off for being interrupted many times.
Please
and
continue.
Hi, Blossom.
Hey guys, how's it going?
It's going.
We're doing great.
How you been?
I'm holding up. I took on basically a second job at work, so I'm gonna be dying as well. My coworker is on maternity leave, but I'm not working right now, so.
That's why you haven't been around.
Wait, did it cut out for anyone else?
Nope. It was just an awkward pause.
Okay. Donovan,
Yes,
I don't want to hear
blossom.
you talking about how leftists spit on or completely disregard or misunderstand the founding fathers. As somebody who has voted for Trump, I think that you would argue he probably takes the cake for that.
His methods are generally punctuated by vulgar displays of power. I know how that unnerves some of you.
And why did we found this nation? What is the entirety of our governance at the federal level, actually in the state level, built around?
That would be of the people, by the people, and for the people.
Yeah, checks, right? Federalism, not preventing vulgar displays of power.
Sure. But sometimes shock and awe is appropriate. I mean, evil wins when good men do nothing. So I've always been a fan of proactivity. And in this case, it's appropriate. In that case, it was appropriate. And I don't understand why you guys lament the movements of Mr. Jefferson, President Jefferson, in addressing that issue.
Who decides what's evil?
Who decides what's what?
What's evil and what's not evil?
I take your point, but there's an objectivity. I mean,
is there?
Well, yeah. I mean, all right. Take this for example. The Spanish were at the time, easily authoritarian, right? Ruled by a king. But when they came across the Aztecs, I mean, they were pulling thousands of hearts out a week, so, and the Spanish bring technology. They're like, there's that class of cultures, there's all this violence, and one ends up on top. So I guess the winner gets to say who is evil, Mojo.
I mean, the Spanish also brought germs that unalived the majority of them and almost decimated a complete empire.
Yep. True. Did they do that intentionally, though? I mean, it's a fact, you're right, but it's not like there was any intent to, festoon the natives with germs and bacteria.
No,
they did primarily accomplish this through raping and pillaging and unaliving a lot of them and destroying their crops.
In that context, I guess festoon was a poor choice of words.
Probably.
Yeah. Raping was a huge part of Spanish ideology when it came to imperialism. The British believed that you didn't mix and that you made slaves out of people that you conquered. The Spanish, however, believed in something more similar to prima nocta. They believed that you breed them out. So again, I ask, who is the savage?
The one that are doing... Okay, here's the premise of the question, Mojo. What is good? What is evil? What is not? What is the intent? Intent is everything. Is there remorse after? Does it do harm?
So an action itself is not evil. It's only the intent of the actor.
Is it more, well, yeah, if you have a person that's jumping at you with a weapon and you have to defend yourself against the weapon, that's not the same as like just picking out a person and running up on them and,
So then there are no evil actions, only evil people. And that's subjective on who's evil and who's not. And
well, ideology can metastasize in someone's head and turn someone who would be normally good into someone that's normally evil. Wouldn't you say? It's not just a person.
It's not an action, it's a person. And depending on their ideology is going to drive that in some way, shape, or form. You don't think that it's okay to abort fetuses, and I don't think it's okay to have the death penalty and invade nations.
So do you believe in you believe in evolution, right?
Yeah.
What about social evolution? I mean, when you compare the Spanish to, say, the Aztecs, Do you see that as a kind of social or literal evolution of the species? One colonizing and eradicating the other. Is that a type of evolution?
Well, it's an evolution. It's through pretty disgusting means, but yeah, it's evolution.
Is disgusting means every other type of evolution happens with copulation. So I wouldn't.
No,
I
I don't think
literally
that's.
bumping
I
uglies.
don't think that's true. I think we saw the evolution of transportation in this country as well, from horseback, from walking to horseback to horse and buggy to car to plane. That's an evolution of transportation. I mean, evolution's a pretty broad term.
Right. Survival of the fittest.
No, that's not evolution.
Yeah, well, I still recognize, like I brought up the Carib Indians earlier. You know, when the explorers from Europe, which was, you know, obviously an advanced civilization compared to the other, when they came across these Indians, they were, I mean, could you say they're not savages? They were freaking cannibals, for goodness sakes. Like on the regular. That was on the menu regularly. You know what I'm saying? Not just like, oh shit, we're starving around the frontier.
No, it
Yeah,
wasn't.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
No, it wasn't.
No,
That's
right.
completely false.
There's a couple other tribes like that too.
No, I will make consensus that there were human sacrifices happening in certain tribes. Wasn't across all. Remember that. Sir.
Yeah, now you're breaking up again. You're breaking up again.
We gotta get Act Blue to put some more quarters in.
That was a good one.
I think the sentiment that B was essentially trying to state was, like, I guess in regards to the Aztecs, sure, we will concede that there were sacrifices that were traditionally being made, but it was their religious belief that brought them to do so, that they were, for the greater good, committing these sacrifices once in a blue fucking moon in order to protect the civilization that they had. And
are you serious?
But yes, that is.
Remember how many? Did you see
reasoning.
how many they sacrificed like on a blood moon? It was like thousands upon thousands. How could that be for the better civilization? They were like jump up to the temple and throw them off. Yeah, okay.
Hey, Go Army! I'm sorry that you watched a Mel Gibson film and feel like you understand this. That's
the only place I've learned this too. Is this true? Because I did learn it from a Mel Gibson film too.
Yes, there was a specific. Actually, was it the Aztecs or was it the
regular,
Mayans?
like,
It was one of the others. I'm misremembering which one actually did it, but only one of them did, and it was one person. It was, I think, one person a year, to the tune of something like that. And I take that with a grain of salt. I may be wrong about the timeline, but it was not thousands upon thousands on a blood moon. I'm sorry,
For
you're
sure,
just
it was,
mistaken.
for sure.
But no, it wasn't.
It was
and
not.
At the same time,
It was.
At the same time, religion has been used in every single facet across every continent and every civilization to commit atrocities. And your go-to is their version of protecting themselves, as your version of trying to claim that they are savages.
And again, I will cite that the Puritans did something very similar for the betterment of their people. They would take women and they would burn them at the stake. So again, this all probably actually more has to do with religion than it has to do with civilizations.
80,000 over 4 days, Rev. They sacrificed themselves, and this was a daily occurrence.
What's that source?
Sacrificing
What's that source?
themselves.
What's that source? What's that source?
Source would be Google.com.
Yeah,
80,000 and what? What time frame did he use? 80,000 and what?
4 days, he said. 4 days. 80,000 in 4 days.
It makes no sense.
It's one of the reasons that Cortez is so successful. Is because he got some of the surrounding tribes around the Aztec capital city to rise up against the ruling class. Wow, can you imagine how wild that must have been? I mean, they were essentially aliens to the natives. They had the metal and the horses and the wow. That must have been amazing. What an amazing time to be alive.
They said that they were sacrificing 14 people a minute over 4 days, 80,000 people at that great big pyramid that's like bigger than the ones in Egypt. On some
How many a minute?
14 people every minute.
This is from the Mel Gibson movie. Is this true?
Absolutely not. It's not. Maybe Mel Gibson stole it from actual history, but because I don't think Mel Gibson just puts out like all crazy fake movies. His are pretty like.
You say that, but you can't prove that.
So here's the actual information. Go Army. I'm sorry. It's an Aztec dedication festival that you're talking about. The accounts vary widely, and we're talking they apparently range from like a couple hundred up to 80,000, because there is no decisive evidence based like from what has been found. Contextually, modern scholars have agreed that all of the claims are exaggerated, but they have found skull racks to confirm that the scale was large for that one time. But okay, and I will even grant you this one 4-day thing that happened that we have evidence for, and yet we have the fucking Crusades, dude.
So is that evil? Wait, don't pivot to the Crusades. Was what you just described as a civilization, was that evil? Well, there were reasons we did the Crusade.
It was a 4-day ceremony honoring the god. I'm not going to be able to pronounce that.
I don't even have to Google that. It's the sun god. You're the one who's Googling and learning about it.
His name is Quetzalcoatl or Kukulkan, Khan, one of the two.
Neither of them.
Yeah. Anyways, but the Great Crusades were obviously a mission to save Christianity, in a Islam world. It was a goal. It was a mission.
Okay. So in the name of God. So in the name of God, you sacrificed hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people across all of Europe and into Africa and Eurasia and all over.
Yeah. Did they like climb up to the top of a temple 14 at it and like every minute just like, here you go, kick them all off and, don't take their hearts and
No, but you did behead them, you starved them, you burned them, you gave them a pox, you did unspeakable things.
He said you, like Go Army, did that shit.
Yeah.
Why
is
it crazy?
He has no point.
We could just also look back to the way the founding fathers and everybody in America at the time treated slaves. I mean, they used to take slave babies and bash their heads against rocks. Is that not savage?
Who did that?
Plantation owners used to do that.
Do you know which ones?
Does it matter?
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't think all of them were doing it. Do you know which one specifically?
Oh my god.
That's a bold claim right there.
They're plantation owners, they own slaves, so savagery is not beyond them.
Wow.
Exactly. It's wild to have the history that America has and then look at the Aztecs or the Incas and say, wow, they're more savage than us. Again, we are living in, at this time that these things are happening, everybody is savage.
You guys ever heard of bug breaking?
You know what the biggest plantation in the northeast Florida, like across Florida, Georgia, you know what the biggest one is? This one called Kingsley Plantation. You know who was always owned by?
Natives?
Black owners that own slaves.
Yeah,
Fire and
I
Jackson, Kingsley Plantation.
I can imagine.
God. The only thing that I ever hear from conservatives about antebellum era and our history with slavery is these little like obscure tidbits that you pull out that try and prove that it wasn't just white people. Every time, like the next thing you're going to tell us about Go Army is how the first slave owner was Anthony Johnson and he was a black person. Like every time, that's like the most focus that you guys put on this is that.
I would argue there wasn't even white if you really want to go that far.
See, I told you guys.
They were, we know. And I love that country. I want to go there.
So when it comes to
Wait.
whites, the idea of I'll go ahead.
Go Army. You said the largest plantation in Florida was owned by a black person?
No, Sammy, that's not what I said. Thank you, though.
So can you restate what you said?
No, I don't even remember at this point. Honestly, we kind of were going.
That is what he said. That's exactly
No,
what he said.
I don't think that's what I said. No, I don't think so.
How fucking convenient.
That's exactly what he said.
Is this what we're pivoting to? Are you trying to Google it now?
This isn't a pivot. This is restating your argument that you said.
I see what we do here,
Brandon.
Brandon.
The Kingsley.
It's like, Dom, it's like we say something.
You stated it.
That's factual, and they got their computers out, and they're like, "Let me check that one on." In like 3 minutes, you know, like
it's called
like,
fact
damn, that
checking,
dude was
son.
kind of right about the barbarian, did this and that. He's like, yeah. Anyways, so one of the largest plantations is Kingsley Plantation. That's correct.
And you stated that it was owned and run by a black person.
That's correct. That's correct.
Zephaniah Kingsley Jr.
Should we write it down, Rev? Do you want me to get pen and paper out, or
Zephaniah Kingsley Jr., the person born in England?
Yeah. What was his wife? Who was he married to?
He married his slaves.
Oh.
What the fuck was that?
Wife's name.
Right.
What was that? That was crazy.
To the finish
the
line,
truth.
Rebel.
The truth does something to me. You know. What was his wife's name?
I have
Do you
no
think
idea.
his wife had a choice in that? Hold on, Gormy.
no
You
choice
think his wife had a choice in that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wow, you're
He
more.
had everything to gain. What are you talking
Make
about? Who would
education
turn that
better
down?
again. Make education make
You don't
education
even
great
know
again.
when he passed
Jesus
away.
Christ.
You just
Make
like
education great again. Please
the
invest in your
problem.
local educators.
This is the problem. We reiterate and revisit these historical things where you just start to twist and warp the reality of the situation to fit your narrative. And on top of that, you accept it.
Where was the narrative?
You
change
like
that?
to do this. No. It's not just a you problem. This is a MAGA problem. They want them to be uneducated. This is why you're defunding the Department of Education.
Why do you have a MAGA picture?
This is why you push back against higher education and colleges. This is why you don't want any of this. I swear, you all just want another surf class.
Wait,
That's
Rebel.
what is happening.
Surf class.
Rebel.
Okay.
Rebel! Oh my gosh! So Kingsley was polygamous.
What?
He had multiple wives at the same time. He was
Yeah,
polygamous.
we know what a polygamist was. Who are you talking about?
The guy that owned Kingsley Plantation was
the slave owner,
polygamous.
yeah. Hey, did anyone see the vote in the European Parliament for the really strict immigration I guess it's an anti-immigration policy because they're going to start deporting millions. And it was like a landslide. Yeah, the European Union just voted the strictest deportation measures in like decades. And there was a chant because a bunch of pinched leftists stood up with their fists up and all that stuff. And there was a chant that started in the EU. It was send them back. I just saw the video. It broke 2 hours ago. So yeah, apparently the EU is sick of leftist bullshit too. Sorry, guys.
So they're gonna start doing like pogroms and shit.
Yeah, they're gonna start sending all these. You know how
I remember when the EU
we've
used
had
to
so
talk
much
like
I would say
invasions.
primarily the Syrians and the Muslims. You know, that's what they got.
So basically,
I
Europe is
remember
going
that
full.
this is the same chant Germany had pre-1935.
Oh
yeah. Remember
Yeah,
the movie Schindler's List when the girl starts chanting "Goodbye Jews"? That's what it kind of reminds me of.
It is. It's funny because again,
Is that an
about
emotional
history,
response? Or these
here's the thing about
is this your
history that
feelings,
people don't know is that what happened, the reason they call it the final solution is because they were trying to kick them out of the country and they couldn't figure out a way to do it. And so instead of, this is what they tried to do with the Jays as well. They were trying to look for places to put them
Well,
Madagascar was floated as one of the possible places. Yes, no, that's exactly what happened. The reason it's called the final.
Objecting to.
Again, can you stop interrupting me? Can you stop interrupting me?
Okay.
The reason it's called the final solution is because they could not. Can you stop interrupting me as well? Thank you. The reason they call it the final solution because they couldn't find another solution to do it.
No, it's because you leftists
you
leftists think you're entitled to everything. You think you're entitled to other people's work. You're entitled to other people's labor. You're entitled to other people's land. And when you have immigration without assimilation, that is called invasion.
What is assimilation?
The people of Europe and the people of the West in general are starting to recognize what it is that you are trying to do with your special brand of suicidal empathy, and we have put a stop to it. We have said
explain assimilation.
And you've heard the voice loud and clear. You know what I'm talking about. Don't play games.
I know what you're talking about. What is it?
Yeah,
what
pretty
it is,
fair, pretty on point,
is
Brandon.
honoring the customs and laws of the host country, not simply saying that, oh, well, I'm a special little princess and I can do whatever I want over here. Similar to individuals carrying knives when the rest of the population is not allowed to carry knives. Maybe you've heard about this particular set of circumstances.
Like, is it eating grilled cheese instead of, I don't know.
All you have to do is just abide by the laws. Just don't break a law and you're okay.
There you go. Exactly right.
Well, shit, that means Donald Trump. That means Donald Trump's not a citizen.
Yeah, you lost me.
Whether I lost you or not is irrelevant. I mean, he's a fucking 34 count felon, so obviously he's okay with breaking the. Obviously, he's okay with breaking the law, so fuck him. Deport his ass.
Did due process?
Yes.
Did he get an appeal?
Yes.
Yeah, again, you're going to make me say it, Mojo. Don't make me
say
it.
I'm going to make you say some stupid shit because you're going to defend a fucking felon. Because you're good at it. You're good at defending felons.
Perverting the justice system is not the flex that you think it is.
You're the one perverting the justice system right now because the guy you voted for is a fucking 34 count felon, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, what was the felony again?
The felony was. Oh, you know exactly what the felonies are. I'm not going to fucking go through this. Yeah, you do.
Make you say it.
Yeah, no, you know what they are. It doesn't sound ridiculous at all. There are thousands of people that are charged and convicted of this. There are thousands of people that are charged and convicted of this crime every single year. The fuck kind of stupid shit is that? God, you're such an idiot.
Hey, Brendan, you're actually wrong. The falsifying business records is not the felony. The felony is the commission to or in commission of another.
Yeah, go Army. This is called the magic wand of intent.
It's called the cover up. She's describing the cover up. It's not that he falsified business records. It's that he tried to cover it up. So the falsifying business records, that got him the misdemeanor.
Cover it up like
I wish I could finish.
Totally.
But either way, wait, this is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. None of this shit matters. The only reason I brought it up is because you think that somebody that follows the law is a citizen, somebody that doesn't isn't. So Donald Trump is not a fucking citizen because he was convicted in a court. He was convicted in a court of law. This is your assimilation. This is your fucking idiotic interpretation of what it means to be an American. This is your idiotic interpretation of what it means to be a fucking American.
Negative.
Not negative. This is exactly what you just said. This is exactly what you just said.
When you're done crashing out, Mojo.
Yeah, I'm crashing out. I mean, you're just saying stupid shit. I don't know why.
Can we just real quick revisit this? Because every single time it gets brought up about the weaponization of the law in New York against Donald Trump for this specific thing, Brendan, you clearly always leave out the existing law that allowed it to happen. This wasn't like something that was made up intentionally for Donald Trump. Federal prosecutors proved that he falsifies those business records with the intent to commit or conceal another crime. That is what happened. That's why they became felonies. This wasn't made up for him. This wasn't a weaponization of the law. This was the existing law. This was the existing law.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, but this was the existing
First of all, you're
on
not
the
sorry,
books.
and you're just repeating yourself because it's the best defense that you have.
Who is the prosecutor?
No, your argument is nuh-uh when I'm telling you that this was already on the books.
As a matter of fact, to buttress my position, sir, with the American flag in your PFP, that's adorable, by the way. The American electorate weighed and measured all of this information that you're parsing through now and voted to put the man back in office.
Cool.
So no.
That's completely non sequitur to the actual argument itself.
Is that right?
I'm sorry that the prosecution in the books of the New York State law hurts you so hard that you were unable to wrap your head around that these were upgraded to a felony because they were able to prove that he had the intent to commit or conceal another crime.
Yeah, and the courts always get it right, don't they? The courts always get it right.
Not always, but they proved it here, Brendan.
So what was the penalty for these egregious felonies?
They're Class E felonies.
And what was the penalty for these egregious felonies?
Or they weren't able. They weren't. Yeah, they weren't able to sentence him because he won.
Oh, why is that?
Because he won the presidency before he could be sentenced.
What do you know?
Got him.
I'm sorry.
No, there's no got him. Everybody fucking knows this. You guys are stating facts. You guys are simply, the American people didn't do shit.
Okay.
The American people are fucking stupid as you are.
The whole reason you have a life is because the American fucking people did what they did.
All you did is hand wave away a valid, handed down, fucking articulated argument from New York State showing that he had the intent to falsify business records with the intent to commit or conceal another crime in which he was going to be convicted of 34 felonies, and he was able to appeal it and string it along long enough until he was able to become the sitting president. Otherwise,
are you pretending we don't know the circumstances, or are you just trying to psych yourself up?
You obviously don't.
No, and then you just hand wave this away as if this didn't happen.
All right, chill. It's not getting anywhere.
Can we have a moment of silence for Mojo's character, please?
Character? Oh yeah, he died, huh? That's what happens when you fight whole armies.
What's
do
that,
we need
Mojo?
to play task for you?
Casualties?
Mojo? We can.
This is what the
It's so
Pilgrims were
awesome that
doing
you
when
think
they
you're
landed.
funny. I mean, it's good that you think you're funny because nobody else does. So
that's okay.
yeah, I know. That is okay because at least you do. That's all that matters,
Well,
right?
I don't know if you've realized this or not, Mojo, but I don't do this for affirmation.
Yeah, I have realized it because otherwise you wouldn't say such idiotic things all the time.
Like what?
It's self-flagellation. That's what you do it for.
You're gonna make me say it. It's my civic
It's a
duty to
weird
relieve the
Christian
left
kink
of their
thing.
illusions.
Yeah, same stupid shit every time. Yeah, I mean, you ought to just get a bunch of these, put them together in a fucking book, and call them dumbassisms.
I just want to know what fucking point you thought you cooked with.
Yeah,
all of it.
He thinks he cooks every single time he opens his mouth, but he looks like a
He
fool every
did
single time.
cook, bro. He cooked, especially
I'm
Rev.
sorry.
Rev can't even answer the question over and over. He's like, but
Which
this blah blah
question?
blah, and then it's just like you lose the point when you.
What question didn't he
Okay,
answer?
Go Army. Let me ask you the question. Was Donald Trump convicted of 34 felonies in New York? Yes or no?
No.
Huh? What the fuck?
Okay.
They
Let's try
just
this again.
deny
Brandon.
reality. They just fucking deny
Brandon.
reality. That's how you vote for Donald Trump. You just have to deny reality.
Brendan, yes or no? Was Donald Trump convicted of 34 felonies in New York?
Yes.
Okay, yes or no? Were those upgraded because of an existing New York statute that was proven via the prosecutors?
I don't know that it was. I don't know that it was proven. I don't know that that particular modification had been applied in this context before, and that's even separate from the fact that the person you're attempting to apply it to is the front runner of the presidential campaign in this country, there were all kinds of circumstances that marked this particular legal action as wildly inappropriate. Not just inappropriate, wildly inappropriate. And I would say at the very least 15% of the vote.
34 counts.
About 15%.
I
I know,
know,
and we understood that you were going to bandy that about, but we also understand that your followers are generally knuckle-dragging, window-licking nitwits.
Well, you're starting to steal my phrases now. Cool. So, anyways, yes or no? Was it upgraded because of an existing New York statute that allowed them to charge him with Class E felonies?
Yes. That was the allegation, yes.
Okay, and was it adjudicated in court that he was found guilty of these?
That is how it was adjudicated, correct.
Yeah,
okay.
not an
What
allegation.
happened? Now, what happened? Remind me, what happened that prevented him from getting the sentencing?
The American electorate exonerated him.
Now, does that actually exonerate him, Brendan?
In my eyes, yes.
Okay, but in legal eyes, does it?
Yes.
In point of fact, it does.
Oh, how?
Well,
Is he no longer convicted of these crimes? Have they been expunged from the record?
Because the force of the law found him an immovable object. The Constitution is written that way for a reason. The American electorate.
Those were some fancy words to say.
The American electorate did what they did.
This is the cooking moment.
Reason.
Wow, that was a lot of words
We've
to
seen
say.
your
Fuck all,
movements, and we reject them out of.
So,
perverted the justice.
So, anyways,
the muting,
what we're gonna do,
and we told you no.
Anyways, no. It's just
Who's
platitudes.
muting me?
Is all he's saying.
Rev
It's
is
me.
muting you.
I'm doing it. I'm
Stop.
doing it because
Just
it's
stop.
just platitudes.
Stop. Just stop.
It's just platitudes.
Fine.
Yikes.
I won't mute. Brendan, I apologize for the muting. But you don't get to decide. The American electorate doesn't get to decide whether or not he gets exonerated. I apologize for muting you.
Now who's being delusional? They did decide. And your political hack job was repulsed by patriotic Americans.
Okay.
By real
I would like to hear some other people speaking now.
Not LARPers with flags in their PFP.
Hi.
Yeah, felony doesn't disqualify you from being eligible to run for president. So,
hi, White. Have you been up here before?
Yes. He used to come all the time, every day. We know who he is.
But I'm a good
Can you
American.
remind
he's
us?
one of the.
Hard and making money and paying taxes.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here playing video games and licking salt and complaining
Licking
and waiting.
salt?
For
Licking salt? What is that?
Who's licking salt?
Was he talking to
Are
horses?
we a cow? A deer?
Wait, White is the guy that thinks poor people suck. And they should just not be poor anymore.
White, can you just remind us of your?
This is Jeff.
Can you remind us of your age?
I'm pretty
and
sure.
where you're from?
Wait, I'm pretty sure this is Jeff. Right, Jeff?
Yeah, that's me.
No, wait.
Hi, my name is
You're
Jeff.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You don't like the pores.
Yeah, that's him.
Welcome
He
back.
said he's had good conversations though. I'll give him that.
No,
He's
I
been-
know. I'm just kidding.
It's not that I don't like poor people. It's that I don't like losers who just expect, and aren't out actually participating in society and contributing to society, and sit around complaining about the president making all their problems as they fucking do drugs and play video games.
Hey, leave the video games out of this.
But I mean,
Yeah,
I've
leave
said
the
that,
schmoes
I've
out
said
of
that
this,
a
too.
million times. I've already said that a million times though, because you guys say I hate the poor a million times. Like,
I know.
Get some new shit.
Well, that's what you said. I'm just explaining to everybody who you are. That's it. It's okay.
I don't hate the poor as much as I hate
Me?
losers.
People that play video games.
Didn't you vote for Trump?
All you guys want is like what you don't have. You want the money, you want the power, you want the White House, you want all this shit, And
doesn't everybody want what they don't have?
Why are you entitled to any of that? Why are you entitled to hard-earned taxpayer money? Why are you entitled to power when you fucking fumble it anyways when you get it?
Wait, this is what are you ranting about? You know, because
I'm ranting about who I really dislike. It's not poor people.
Who's you guys? You said you guys though. Are you talking about Democrats, leftists, Mojo's panel? Leftists. Okay, good, perfect.
Who was it? Sammy was asking.
People on the left in this country dominate two income brackets primarily. Tend to see people who are low income vote Democrat, and you tend to see people that are high income. The professional class often votes. The educated, right? The people who contribute quite a bit and are actually paying in more in taxes than they're taking from the government. They also vote Democrat. So when you are telling me that we are parasites on society or on the tax dollar, it's functionally incorrect. We're not voting to give it to ourselves.
America.
We are voting it. We are voting because we want to give it to other people.
You want to trade our military for fucking free money and universal basic income so you can sit around and play video games. That's what I hate. It's not poor people.
But I'm telling you that you're making shit up.
I have leftists in my family. It's not that. It's
you're making
un-American
shit up.
people. I can't stand.
Yeah, I have MAGA in my family. A lot of them actually. You want to know what? You want to know the reality of it is like I am not voting to take things from the government. I am voting, and my vote actually means I pay more in taxes. Means I have more obligations from a regulatory perspective. Like I vote for that because I think overall on net it makes society better. Like.
Yeah, if you voted, well, you guys don't want to make society better. You just want your own life to be better because you can't improve your life yourself.
Okay, but again, I think that you are having a conversation with not anybody here. You are telling me, I'm telling you right now, my vote means I pay more taxes. I've never been on a government program that I remember at least. Like, I am not voting.
Rebel started when I got here. Rebel was talking about how American Christianity was the savage pillager of the earth, and am I wrong?
Have the conversation with me. I'm talking to you right now. I don't know what Rebel said before.
Why I came in with this message.
Well, but I'm sitting here telling you that I am not voting to take the taxpayer dollar. I am voting so that my dollar can go to the right people. That there are systems in place that are not profit oriented, at least, so that those systems can get services, necessary aid to people in this country that need it. When I vote blue, I am voting to tax myself more.
Yeah, you're voting to allocate dollars to more and more of your causes, right? And
you do too. You vote to allocate dollars to war.
In our country, we have allocated across the board to all kinds of socialism, but it's never enough. And so that's where I have a problem is y'all don't appreciate this country and appreciate what we've done in this country for you and what we've done for socialism in this country. Instead, you just are so quick to label us the pillagers of the earth and the Nazis and the...
What you've done, what have you done? What has the Republican Party done in ways of socialism? What have you done?
The tax code. The tax code is lined with socialism.
No,
that's not socialism.
Yeah,
and it's not because of you.
13th Amendment.
The what?
You guys don't. So you guys don't see any socialism in our country?
But we do.
It was done at the hands of FDR. The best socialism was done at the hands of FDR, who was a Democratic president.
And then you had conservatives, fiscal conservatives, come in and tear that down bit by bit, at least for the last 50 years. You guys have cut taxes for the last 30 years. And I don't see the big boom that is supposed to bring. I don't know. If cutting taxes was supposed to fix the economic problems in this country, I don't know. Can you point to me where it did?
We have the largest tax base in the world. cutting
I don't care.
taxes
Your tax policy under Bush, under Reagan, under Trump 1.0, all of those tax
cuts. The whole entire reason we have the Department of Defense. It's the whole entire reason we have free education. It's the whole entire reason that we have the most privileged poor people in the world.
Okay, so then again, just to clarify, the tax cuts under Reagan, the tax cuts under Bush, the tax cuts under Trump, all of those went into effect. Most of them are still in effect today. And yet I don't see how you have helped anybody come out of, like, have you fixed economic problems? We've had some of the worst economic pitfalls with these tax cuts in place.
You can't just say tax cuts are anti-socialism. You have to look at the policies in the tax code. For example, Donald Trump increased child tax credits. He increased the standard deduction. You could literally make 35 G's in this country without paying a single dollar in tax. That's socialism. Poor people don't pay tax.
That is not socialism. Socialism is the exact opposite, when you would actually have more taxes to fund more government programs. This is a very basic definition, or a very basic core tenet of socialism that you would learn in a poli-sci 101 class.
Well, and B, he's also talking about cutting taxes. I don't know what point you're making, White, because I just told you exactly what you're repeating back to me, but you're trying to point out specific policies. I told you that Republicans have cut taxes. Republicans have privatized the gains. They've socialized the losses. And we continue to see people struggle economically. We've seen the worst economic downfall since the 1930s, or maybe since the 1970s, with these tax cuts in place. Is your policy working? Yes or no?
Listen to your point. The point you're making is that we have to tax. We need to tax more. You and B said the same thing. You made the same point. Don't you know that the highest taxing countries in the world are not correlated with amazing economies?
Wait, that doesn't make.
So you're saying my lowering taxes hasn't proven to be economically effective? Well,
yes,
look around the world. Raising taxes doesn't prove to be economically effective either. Silly.
Wait, no,
that's not what I said. Yeah, originally what I said was that socialism is not cutting taxes. You kept saying over and over again that it's cutting taxes. That's the pushback that I gave you. You actually don't know my ideology on taxes, so don't try.
But maybe you could give an example, White Goodman. What country are you saying has high taxes and not a good economy?
Okay, I'm gonna first talk to B. Our taxes are allocated across so many different social programs. So your point that, oh my God, what was your tax?
You said I can. You were saying. Okay. Yeah, you were saying that tax cuts were not so. You were saying tax cuts were socialism, and you're saying you guys are complaining we don't have enough.
The allocation of our tax dollars is socialism. Our tax dollars are allocated.
No, you're shifting the goalposts now. That's not originally what you said. What I originally commented on is that socialism is not tax cuts. That's what I commented on. That's the only thing I've commented on since you've been talking. That's it.
Why did both of you go off on we need to raise taxes then?
No, I didn't say we need to do anything. I said that socialism would raise taxes and do the opposite. And then I said that's a very basic core tenet of socialism that you would learn in Political Science 101. I didn't say we should do anything.
And I don't think I said we should do anything, but I pointed out that you are calling up the existence of socialistic policies in our society and saying, hey, look, these didn't work, and all we do is pay taxes. I am pointing out.
It's never enough for you.
No. That's the thing. That's the thing is that you stop. That's the point. Is that you are saying, look what we did for you. Number one, you didn't do that. It was somebody you probably wouldn't get within 10 feet of voting for in this day and age.
No, it wasn't someone you elected. It was FDR. The people that you elect for the last 50 years have only been chipping away at those programs, have been chipping away at the functionality of this government by privatizing things, by not taxing people. And then you say, look at what we've done for you. All you have done from a policy perspective as a conservative fiscally in the last 50 years is carve away at those programs and then turn around and say, hey, look, these don't work great.
Built the largest tax base in the world. Do you know what that means? That means we have the potential of
taxing shit.
I learned how to stay awake without asking for too much. I learned how to want you without needing your touch. You move like you're somewhere else, even when you're close to me. I keep mistaking proximity for intimacy. I don't need intensity. I need you here. I can't compete with the drugs.